Hello, everybody. Welcome to Aegis Esports ACL. ACE. What does it stand for?
Aegis Champions League. Yeah, Aegis Champions League. That's it. I'm locking that answer in.
True. You are correct.
Let's go.
You are correct. For once, you are actually correct. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Always correct.
I'm kidding. Ace, how are we doing today?
We're doing good. It's the start of the weekend, and what better way to start it than some good old Aegis, right?
I agree. Yes. What better way to start it with some top quality Legends of Runeterra gameplay tonight? And you know what today is, Ace?
Friday?
It's not just Friday. Today marks the day that we are past the halfway point of the season. We are now in week 3 out of 4. So we are in for some spicy gameplay all around for teams that want to pull out all the stops and be able to qualify for playoffs.
Yeah, we are indeed, as you said, halfway line. So it's already we're either seeing some players pull it out, put the gas, put the gas to the metal. What was the saying?
Yeah, put the pedal to the metal.
Yeah, put the pedal to the metal. There we go. Thank you for that. So we're already seeing some of the teams doing that and just getting as much as wins as possible. And I guess we also seeing the opposite, where teams need to look ways to kind of switch gears. Let's continue with the car puns, I guess.
There you go.
Switch gears and make something new, make something original here to be able to catch up with other guys.
Yeah.
Overtake them even if.
Yeah.
Get on the fast lane, basically, is what I'm saying here. You gotta get on the fast lane. You cannot be trailing behind the whole season.
Yes, I agreed. So with that, why don't you give us a quick recap of our standings so far going into this week, Ace? Just so everybody knows where kind of everybody's at and who needs to pull out, who needs to pull the stops out.
Well, yeah, we've seen a lot of games so far, and I believe there was a famous quote that says, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it," and we're kind of seeing the exact same thing we saw last season, right? Where Zeus Ascended in Group 1 is kind of pulling ahead. So maybe the other teams didn't put enough, put enough time into preparing specifically for them. Because in Group 1, we have a Zeus Ascended with 6 wins, pulling out in first place by a mile. At this point, because we have a Zeus Ascended with 6 wins, then tied for second we have Swain's Flock and Misfortune Powder Monkeys at 3 wins, and down in the abyss, Maokai Saplings with 1 win. So they really need to, start putting some gas in their car, so they really need to get going and they need to catch up. And it's the same story with Group 2, same as last year. It's very unlike Group 1, of course. It's very, very, very packed in the middle. We have Victor's Glorious Evolution, Nora's Tea Drinkers, and Lee Sin's Dragon, all tied with 4 wins and 3 losses. And just behind them, Aatrox Dark Kings with 3 wins and 4 losses. So in that group, it's neck and neck. Tied, it might even come down where we have all teams with the same score, so it might come down to tiebreakers, to game wins, to set wins. So the storylines are kind of already getting set for the group stages, where Group 1, it seems to be, it's going to be who can take games out of Azir's Ascended to better their standings. And in Group 2, it's going to be just, for the love of God, win games. We need to keep up with the others.
Yeah, Group 2 is honestly insane. There's so much going on down there. Like you said, it is neck and neck. It's still anyone's game down there, and I think honestly, this rarely happens in like Aegis.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to see when stuff like this happens.
Yeah. From spectators' viewpoint, right? It's really, really nice to watch. It's really exciting to watch when all the teams are like packed in the similar scores, where basically every game can mean at this point either you make it through or you go out, right? So
yeah,
it's definitely exciting to watch, and we have to see after this week. We might already be looking. We're either going to be look at the most intense final week we're going to have last week, or we might just look at some teams that are already qualified. So this is definitely where you need to step in if you want to have a shot. Yeah.
So with that, let's start moving on into this week's matches. Starting off for the first set, we do have Aatrox Darkin versus Lee Sin Dragons right off the bat. Just to give you a quick insight on who is playing on these rosters this week, we have Y Rebellion, we have Goofy, and we have Falling to Void on Lee Sin's Dragons. And on the side of Aatrox Darkin, we have Tenstews, Rich Game Buddy, and Arachnobat. And if I am not mistaken, still Arachnobats, they are the only team in ACL that doesn't have a 4th player.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, sometimes 3 is a party, 4 is a crowd, man. I don't think that's how that saying goes, but it doesn't matter, So they just keep rolling with those 3 players, right? If they're free to play, if they have the good synergy, why ruin it, right? Sometimes simple is better, Yeah. I've learned that in cooking, Sometimes it doesn't have to be complicated to taste good, Sometimes simple tastes better.
Yeah. So with that, we do have our first matchup of the day right now. We are going to be watching Rich Game Buddy taking on Goofy, but M Brooks will be subbing in for Goofy and playing for Goofy right now.
Ooh, last minute subs.
Yes.
Yep.
So with that, let us throw it straight into the decks for today, starting off with Rich Game Buddies, Draven, Freljord, aggro pile. Why don't you take this one away, Ace?
I mean, we've seen this a lot, right? It's becoming one of the staple aggressive deck in the meta, right? With the usual Freljord, the Omen Hawk, the Dulskis, some Overwhelm here and there, and protection for your units, paired up with some nice aggressiveness from Noxus, some one-drops, some Iron Ballistas, Draven there. Maybe not the star of the show, but he's always there to pull when needed. We saw last week, Draven's Whirling Death actually matters a lot, and with Draven and Whirling Death in the main deck, you just have more options there. Now, usually the lists are very stock standard, but here I do see a little bit of spice here and there. I see one Buried in Ice. Sometimes it does come down to that little later stages of the game where you just rip that out, have that in the back pocket for your opponent to keep thinking about it whenever they need to make decisions. Other than that, usual 2 Bone Club, Elixir and Sky Splitter for defenses, good old Battle Fury on the top, and pretty much that's it. Go wide or go big, but you definitely go face with this deck.
Yeah. This is actually just like I'm questioning this. Why the one of Buried in Ice? It's very, very cheeky, and I like it.
It is 9 mana, sometimes you bank, so it's maybe like turn 7, turn 8 play, it can really cut them off guard, especially as we see a lot of miss rates in the meta, Hirsch, so, if that, not Ruination, why am I blanking here? The Harrowing, right?
Yeah.
If they slam down a Harrowing, you just delay that, you just slam that Buried in Ice, you destroy their whole attack token basically, you get the attack token back, they have no board, you presumably have board. Basically, it's just a nice way to have that as a possible counter to that. But also, it's just there. You gotta love when a card is just there,
Yeah. And moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Elise Nocturne, but with Pale Cascade just splashing into the Targon region for 2 cards.
Well, there is the specific deck that the Buried in Ice can see very nice action here. The good old Misrate Allegiance, right? Now we do have a lot of champions here, only 2 Elise, but still decent amount of champions. 5 with Elise, Nocturne. We also have 3 Iron Conquest. Other than that, they went for a little bit more of not too much of Nightfall, but definitely some Nightfall with Stygian Onlooker, Nocturne, maybe, and the Pale Cascades, right? So yeah. It definitely is, what we say is stock standard, because it's usually just the same cards. But here you can see the box also as a protection tool for those Harrowing in mirrors, and as you said, a little bit of flash for the high peaks of Targon. Pale Cascade, it's not bad. Once you have a unit, it buffs it and draws a card. It used to be one of the go-to splashes, but now we see less and less. But yeah, definitely nice to see it back, especially because it is just, cycling through your cards.
Yeah. And we're starting to get into the phase of this deck where we're seeing a lot of different tech cards now. Like I said, this is the first time we're seeing the Targon or Targonian version with Pale Cascade. And I was taking a look earlier last night. There even is a Shuriman version floating around too.
What's the spice there? What's the 2 cards that we take from Shurima? Right?
No, it's Exhaust.
Exhaust, okay. Removes fearsome blockers, right?
Yeah.
And activates Nightfall if we need. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, basically you can pick any region and still find like 2 or 3 copies of a card that just really gonna fit well. So, and as you said, in the field that we have today, there's actually a lot of miss rates, and a lot of different splashes from like all across Runeterra. So definitely it's nice to see where people experiment, where the players like to go with their tech cards. So it definitely brings little personality to the deck.
Yeah. And moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we have our other staple, Morgana Udyr. Take us through this one, Ace.
Yeah, as you said, another staple and another deck where the good old Freljord cards absolutely dominate. As we mentioned with the previous deck, Omen Hawk, Yadulski there to just buff out your deck. And then we have some value cards with Babbling Björk, with that was Blade Bound Berserker, I believe, and Whooping Wanderer. Just some nice unit that gets you value. You also have the Explorer there, also value with cards. You can buff them, get even more value. Other than that, a lot of protection spells and a lot of interaction spells. That's this deck what basically wants to do. Wants to get a little bit of a board presence and then just overpower you with all the interaction, both with the units themselves with buffing, and interaction both on the board with challengers, with strike spells, and Morganas with curses, right? And that's why Morgana is there, paired with all the targeting that Udyr can provide with the stances. It just really mashes nicely into this kind of board-based mid-range deck that's really hard to deal with once they get on the board.
Yeah.
And of course, one very nice, right? Just there for the harrowing.
Yes, sir. And moving on to the other side of the matchup, we'll look at Goofy's lineup piloted by M. Brooks today. We have another Draven Freljord aggro pile, but this one does not have Buried in Ice Ace.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, people like to... I mean, the decks that we do see are very similar, but the tech cards are always different. Now, as I said previously, the usual Freljord cards pair with the nice aggressive Noxus cards. Now, the little spicy tech here is the one fervor, just a little bit of reach. That little bit of reach can mean a lot in some scenarios. Other than that, stock standard. I'm a huge fan of Goofy as a player. Sad that he won't be able to pilot today, but hopefully we can see him in some of the next weeks. But yeah, as you said, the usual deck, and no protection for that harrowing that we keep mentioning it. But other than that, go wide or go tall, but definitely go face.
Yes. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we have another variation of Mistress, but we're teching into Ionia now. And what do we see here, Ace? We see 2 copies of Denied, just to be able to deny the mirror harrowings.
Yeah, back in the day, when harrowing was 9 mana, Ionia was somewhat of, not that popular, but it was definitely used as a splash, because with harrowing at 9 and Deny at 4, you could get to that nice 13 mana on turn 10, with 3 mana banked, of course, where you have harrowing and Deny. And that was like basically Exodia. It's not Exodia, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's almost unstoppable. And sadly now harrowing is 10, so that's out of our mind, out of our sight. But Deny still can find a lot of value, as you said. Just deny their harrowing, win the game after that. Other than that, it's always nice just to have Deny, have your opponent consider it at every possibility. Other than that, you did say, this is more of what I'm used to seeing, 3 Elise, 3 Nocturne. Now it is playing Phantom Butler, another fearsome unit for 2 mana, also can provide those Gwen stacks for attacking. We see some Glares, some Glimpse Beyond for refill, and that's pretty much it. The stock standard.
Yeah.
Fearsomes, hit Allegiance, hopefully go wide enough to win the game.
Yep. And moving on to the third and final deck of the night, it's another Morgana Udyr deck, but there's no Buried in Ice.
Yeah. I guess I'm just going to say the same thing, right? Good old Freljord units, buffing the Demacian cards that provide value, strike spells, buffs. Now, we have 3 same decks on both sides, right? But the tech cards are so different. Like, even in choosing which buff spells, as we can see in Goofy's side, We have Troll Chant instead of the other buff spells, so definitely it's gonna come down to that little bit of a spice here and there, a little bit of different splashes, and who actually went through thinking a lot about it, right? We also have like one Babbling Björk, but it's gonna come down to piloting and which version is actually better. Now, we did see on the other side some little bit of, spicy text for dealing with harrowing, but those same tools that can deal with harrowing can also deal with boards like what Morgana Unudur can create. Like Morgana Unudur like to create big boards that just gonna bully you, and the same cards that can deal with harrowing, such as Bury the Nice, it's also decent in dealing with this. So I'm liking the chances we saw from the other side. A little text might come in handy, but it's definitely, in this kind of mirrors, it's definitely gonna come down to preparation and how well you know your own decks, basically, because you are playing against your own decks. So yeah, it's definitely gonna come down to how well you know your own decks, right?
Yeah. And moving back to the caster desk, where we'll talk about predictions for this week. Ace, let us show what we are all thinking here. Me and Red are on the same page. We're not counting out Aatrox Darkened just yet, even though they are sitting at the bottom of their group. But like we said earlier, it's still anybody's game in that group. But you're the only one that voted for Lee Sin's Dragons here.
Well, see, now my decision seems kind of weird now, because I only voted for Lee Sin's Dragons to win because I saw Goofy, and that was my only reason why Lee Sin's Dragons gonna win. But now I found out that Goofy's gonna get subbed out last minute. I'm not gonna switch, okay? But just know that was my reason for picking that. So if it goes wrong, technically I'm not wrong.
And for the community did not vote, unfortunately. But you remember, you guys, at the beginning of every single set, there is a poll that opens up for about 5 minutes where you can vote and let us know who you think is going to win.
It's like right there.
Yes,
like somewhere right there.
You're actually pointing in the right direction.
Yeah. So chat should be like on my right side here, so a little bit above chat.
Yeah. So let us now go into the matchup where we see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans here, Ace? Go.
Well, Morgana off the table, right? Simple as that. Both sides should have the same idea. You don't want to play against that Morgana. Now, Rich Game Buddy could maybe leave it open because it doesn't run that very nice. But on Goofy's side, there's no way. Whoever subbed out for Goofy, I forgot who subbed on for Goofy. It was Embrox, right? So Embrox, in my opinion, should definitely go for the Morgana ban. On top of just being like decent deck, it also has that, little bit of a flash to deal exactly with the kind of deck that Goofy has, right? So from Goofy's side or Embrox side, I definitely expect the Morgana Udyr ban, but I expect it from the other side as well. So me personally, just gonna get that Morgana Udyr off the table. Ain't nobody wants to play against that, am I right?
That's crazy that you say that, because that's
am I right?
Exactly what both players banned. They banned both Udyr decks off the table.
Now I'm getting better at this, Hirsch. I'm getting better at this. Look at that. Perfectly guessed. Yeah, if the meta keeps staying the same, I'm gonna eventually get everybody right, because, just learn from past mistakes.
So everybody wants to just play 2 aggro matchups and just go to town on each other. I'm for this. I love this meta.
Yeah. If you're playing an aggressive deck and you see Morgana on the other side, most of the times it's pretty smart to ban it,
Yeah. So we're just waiting on both players to get into game here. They're just now issuing their challenges to each other and going through their ban phases. But in the meantime, Ace, what do you think is going to get you queued up first here?
Tough decision. It basically comes down to which deck you're more comfortable on, I would say. It depends really on the player, because in this matchups, it's basically mirror matchups. Now, if you don't want mirror matchups, you want to avoid it. At this point, I don't even know what to say. I would just go ahead and start with fearsomes to get the whole day going, right? Because the players after this have like 3 more best of 3s, right? So I feel like I personally would just go for the allegiance. And if I miss allegiance on that first game, on the first series, I just know it's gonna be a disaster throughout the whole day, you know. So I would like, you know, to have that information in the beginning, you know. As people say, you can tell the day by the morning. So if you just go in first game allegiance and you miss allegiance, oh man, that's gonna suck for the whole day. But then again, if you don't miss allegiance, you hit allegiance, right? That's opposite of missing allegiance. You just hit allegiance, obviously, right? Then that's a good sign that the day is gonna go great, right?
Yes.
And me personally, I just like that information as soon as possible, you know. So what I'm saying is, always start with the more, you know, a little bit of inconsistent deck to see how's your luck throughout the day gonna be.
Yes. And starting off, we are going to see Draven Freljord versus Mist Race Ionia.
So Mbrooks decided to go for exactly what I said, just start off with the fearsome. But Rich Game Buddy decided to go for their Freljord Noxus aggro. And we did see a miss on turn 1, but a great pull of Yadulski on 2. Gonna trade with our Butler here. The Hallowed stack is gonna stay there. It's gonna be permanently buffing the first unit that we have in our combat. And on the other side, we're gonna have to see what Rich Game Buddy will hit with his buffs. For the moment, he only has 2 Brothers Bond in hand, which can come in very handy. But for that to happen, you really need to get on the board.
Yeah.
And well, let's see if Rich Game Buddy can do that, because Goofy seems to be able to get on the board a little bit faster, and maybe will force Rich Game Buddy to block with his big beefy units.
Looking at just looking at both hands right now, it's just like both hands are pretty solid in my opinion. I don't know about drawing this Buried in Ice right now though. I don't think that's something we want to see, but still,
that Buried in Ice made like a really nice combo where now both Yadulski buffs and Omen Hawk buffs stacked, because Yadulski attacked 2 turns ago, but we draw 2 spells, right? So now when we played the Omen Hawk, now both the buffs are on our next 2 units. So our next 2 units will be +2/+2. Now what Rich Game Buddy is hoping here, that the units can block multiple times and get some, as we say, favorable trades in, and maybe push through, because after this trade, Rich Game Buddy is looking very thin on units.
Yeah. Honestly, Mbrooks has a really, really solid hand right now, especially now that we're going to be hitting this. Wait, why am I don't know why I'm like can't think of this card.
That's 1 mana 4/3.
Why am I blanking on this card? Soul Cleave. We're soul cleaving and getting more Mist Race on the board. I don't know why I couldn't think of the name.
That's a full board. Look at that.
Look at that. And we have 1 more Mist Race in hand just to even top it off.
Yeah, and we can still play the Mist Race or one of the spiders, right? But this is just huge. If we play the Mist Race, all of our Mist Race will have 5 HP. Oof. Rich Game Buddy is going to be forced either to trade their whole board or just die here. And yeah, we just see exactly what I mentioned from Goofy's side, right? They just hit Allegiance to turn in a row, and look at this. Hit Allegiance on 4, hit Allegiance on 5, win the game. Ain't it simple as that?
Yeah. What a commanding position that Mbrooks is in right now.
Now, if Goofy does decide to play this last Mist Race, Rich Game Buddy will be able to trade maybe even 3 of those Mist Races, but that's still gonna take so much damage. And a decent portion of Goofy's board is gonna stay alive. by decent I mean like 2 miss rates at most, but that's still decent that they have 5 power, right? And also when you have a burst way to summon another one, so yeah. Yeah, Rich Game Buddy decides to go for as much blocks as possible, commits the Brothers Bond on the Omen Hawk to just get another fearsome blocker to try to trim down the board as much as possible from Goofy, but that leaves Rich Game Buddy with no units in play and no units in hand, relying on this top deck. Yadoski, not bad, but Goofy can go so wide, so fast, and that might be a 4 wide attack on open next turn. Actually 5 wide attack, right? Because we're gonna burst summon and we see the surrender. Oh, that was fast. Well, we know that definitely Lady Luck is on Goofy sides, well, Embrook's sides this day basically. So I'm feeling good about my prediction already, Harsh. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, now let's see. This is an interesting position for Rich Game Buddy, right? Because now they get to decide, do they want to play the mirror with Draven against Draven, or they want to switch what the matchup we just saw and do exactly what was done to them? But no, we see a mirror of Freljord Noxus aggro on both sides. Now, this really comes down to how strong you can open and where are your buffs gonna go.
Opting for a full kick on the side of Rich Game Buddy. That's actually really interesting. I honestly thought the hand was pretty solid as it was, but he decided that he wanted to get more value out of this hand, and it's pretty good.
I believe this matchup really comes down to where your buffs are gonna be, or can you create bigger units or faster with those Yetis and all of your buffs. So. And protection, right? So I'm liking both hands here because we have ways to buff our deck and we have ways to protect our units that are going to be on the board. Now, Rich Game Buddy does started a little bit sooner with this Omen Hawk, but from the side of Goofy and Brook's side, we have this Yadoski, which is a bigger threat. Ooh, that's a nice buff there.
Yeah.
Now Yadoski is going to do what exacting that Omen Hawk did, just buff both units on top of your deck, +1/+1. So we have to pay attention to what units get buffed. That Ballista is a really good buff. Now that's an 5/4 Ballista. And on the other side, we have a 4/4 Draven. Now, in terms of buff spells, we see 2 Elixir of Irons in Rich Game's Buddy hand, and 2 Sky Splitters and 1 Elixir of Iron on Brook's side. So, whoa, that's a lot of buff spells that we have. And we already see 2 of them probably get committed here. Ooh, this should benefit Draven, right? Because you get another axe here.
Yeah.
So now you have, that additional way to buff your units. And Draven has quick attack, so he's relatively healthy once he attacks here. Ooh, we see Draven on the other side as well. And there's a second Yadoski. Ooh, those buffs gonna start stacking. Now the next unit in Goofy's side is gonna have +3/+3, because the first Yadoski buff, one of the units we didn't draw. Now 2 Yadoskis are gonna attack. Oof. It's gonna be +3/+3 on the next unit. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, already Embrooks is getting a commanding lead out of this board with just this value that he is able to generate.
No docs. The winter might be coming to an end, but this no dogs, still strong.
True.
Now let's see what kind of commitment we see here. Yeah, this is what I would imagine. You have to get those buffs in your deck. Now you are giving one decent trade here. Oh, decide not to trade anything. Wow,
that's actually kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
2 mana. Maybe he just doesn't want his units to be damaged, right? The Razorback could have, blocked there and trade favorably, but it would be damaged, right? Maybe Rich Game Buddy doesn't want to do that and wants to keep that Barb right there where she is. And we see the open swing as well. Now this is gonna deal a chunky damage here, because we see a lot of overwhelm damage. I believe 5 overwhelm damage getting through and 1 damage from the Saboteur, so that's 6 damage to the face, and basically trading the whole board like this. Except that one Yadulski Snowdog's gonna survive. And look at what 3 Yadulski Snowdogs buffed went to. The third Yadulski Snowdog. So that Yadulski Snowdog, the third Yadulski Snowdog that got 3 buffs from the previous Yadulski Snowdog, is gonna have a 5/6 stat line for 2 mana. That's huge. Oh, Sky Splitter. Just goes for saving HP and also preventing a curse from entering Embrook's hand, right? With Draven 4 HP, the barb doesn't hit face, so no curse. Yeah. Just heads up, wants to have as much as HP as possible here.
It makes sense.
Yeah, Goofy must feel good from this trade. Now let's see how they will manage this Whirling Death. There is ways to manage with the Sky Splitter, but let's see the commitment. Oh, we see it on Barb. Oh, maybe playing a little bit around the Noxian Fervor, right?
I'm honestly okay with this. I do like this heads up of playing around Noxian Fervor.
Oh, we see the Whirling Death getting committed here. Let's see the answers. That's Sky Splitter. Yeah, Draven still dies, but I believe we do get to plant a curse in Embrook's hand here, right? Because
yes,
the first strike will deal 4, then Draven is 3 HP. Oh, we decide to save our Ballista from trading with the Snowdog. Just wants to stay on the board, I guess.
Is it correct? Well, yeah, it is correct to do this. Never mind, because if we Sky Split the Razor Mace, it's just going to take more axes out of Embrook's hand.
There we see, and we remain on the board, right? Now, the Yadulski Snowdog are going to attack again. Ooh, the value that Embrook's is creating here. Let's see what they opt to do here. They can play the Snowdog, right? Prepare a decent open attack. They can also play the Curse. You know, just prevent as much as HP as possible. Yeah,
just play the Curse. Play the Ichor.
We have our next turn already practically solved. Now, this maybe complicates a little bit. You know, do you want to play a Yadulski Snowdog plus the Razorback? But that 5/6 for 2 mana is kind of huge.
Yeah,
on the other side, we see
disgusting.
a 6/6 for 3 mana. So big units all around. But those axes might see some decent value here, actually, because it might provide us some good trades. And this is also a 6/6 Razorback. Ooh, the buffs just keep on coming.
Yeah, the value just keeps on valuing.
Yeah, and those axes now create decent power here, because it doesn't allow for a single favorable trade from Rich Games Buddy unless we attack with this 2/1, of course. And we decide not to attack with the 2/1. That's also good because we're going to have it as a blocker. Oh, we do decide to attack with it. Okay, we attack. Now, there's no mana from Embrook's, from Goofy's side, so whatever Rich Game Buddy decides to do here, they only have to be worried about the access. So definitely no Whirling Deaths, no strike spells, and definitely no buff spells. So whatever they see is what they get. They can see the 3 units, they can see the 4 axes. That's all Goofy can do, and Rich Game Buddy should take that accordingly and make decisions. Now, this is, of course, looking like a decent trade, but after commitment of 1 axe, it will be an even trade on both sides.
Yeah, Rich Game Buddy is being put against the corner right now. He's in a real pinch.
Draven as well. This will require both of the axes being committed. I presumably gonna discard the other 2 axes to even out the trades, basically, to get 2 for 2 here with the Razorback attacking face and planting that curse. Now, I do expect here to see both axes committed. There's just so much value. Trades even. And as we said, yeah, the units are getting less and less, but Goofy keeps buffing the deck. So any units he draws from this point on average, will be bigger from what Reach Game Buddy can make. So
Yeah.
it definitely creates a situation where Goofy can definitely win the war of attrition here, the war of back and forth. And Rich Game Buddy definitely needs to do something, and needs to do something fast. But I don't know if there's anything to be done here, Hirsch.
I don't think so either, Ace.
Yeah, once this rider comes down, and the ballista this turn, and that curse in hand already cooking, and as we said, Goofy with the deck did decide to go for that one Noxian Fervor, and that Fervor is looking very tasty because this curse keeps on cooking in the hand, so ooh. Might see some burn end here. Now, again, there's no favorable trades for this Razorback because of the Axe. The Axe will create even trades on both sides, so it's down to the players to see what they commit. They can go for this. After the commitment of the Axe, it's 2 even trades, but Embrooks, the Goofy replacement here, the Goofy substitute, has more mana, so they can just play this Ballista, and once the Ballista hits face, they are in range of Noxian Fervor. So I believe this is over, Hirsch. I believe Goofy has taken the first best of 3 of the day that we get to see, and gets the first win for their team in this match.
Yeah. And just to give a update on the other side of the matches going on right now, we have Y Rebellion versus ZMax. They are 1-1.
Ooh.
And I'm just waiting on confirmation for the other match going on, Falling to Void versus 10 Stews.
Yeah, we saw the Ballista getting played, open attack, hit face. At this point, Goofy can end the game. Well, and Brooks can end the game at any time they wish, and they wish to end it immediately right now. Noxian Fervor to the face, the one-off, the spice in the deck, and Goofy and Brooks takes round 1. I mean, their part. They do their part, so let's see if his teammates can pull their own weight as well.
Yes, I'm sorry, I misspoke. It is Arachnabat versus Falling to Void, and Arachnabat lost to Falling to Void 2-1. So the last match going on is Y Rebellion versus ZMax, and I'm going to see if I can get us in this game. But in the meantime, Ace, give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed.
Yeah, we saw 2 identical in decks, but not identical like card for card lineups, where we saw both of the same bands, and we saw 2 decks left open on both sides that are identical, of course. But Goofy decided to go for that, for first playing with their fearsome deck. Oh, I guess we're just gonna go into the match and talk about this later, I guess, eh?
Yes.
Oh, well, isn't this like like a breeze of fresh wind? Looking at so much aggro in the past 2 games, and we are here with Mordekaiser against Lee Sin. What is this?
This is Victor Lee Sin.
Wow, straight from aggro mirrors, and I guess this is like combo-ish control on both sides. Ooh, Aloof. Oh, Aloof be Aloofin. Oh!
And we overdrew on top of that.
Yeah, because Aloof's text does say draw first and then discard, so the drawing, the card drawn gets obliterated because there's maximum cards in White Rebellion, and then the Lee Sin gets hit with the second part of Aloof's text. Oof, that was nasty turn. But we see a Victor. Victor's gonna start cooking there. Let's see how this game spans out. Now, if I remember correctly, Hirsch, this does not affect the whole game score, right?
This is for tiebreakers.
Yeah, this is for tiebreakers. As we said, very important in this group where everybody is close. But Hirsch, last week, me and you foolishly were wondering why there is one attach unit in Mordekaiser control with Vandal, right?
Yes.
But look at that. Look at that Aloof getting that attach unit on it. And we previously gave the attach unit Deathless. So now, technically, we have infinite Deathless units.
Yes.
That might come in really handy. Except Z-Max might be careful because that's 11 HP. And that's a Lee Sin that's going to start kicking your face.
Yes. Why Rebellion is in such a commanding position right now. We have so much gas in the hand right now.
Yeah. Soul Harvest gets really nicely countered by the Twin
Discipline.
Twin Disciplines, there we go. And how far is Lee Sin from level up? I'm seeing both of the arrows lighting up, so it should be really close to leveling.
I think it's one more spell here till he levels.
Yeah, we can. Well, if it's one that we can go with burst if we need to here to just get the kick, or we can just go for a bit slower with the Victor spell, and we see the Lee Sin flip, a little bit of Blind Monk action. That's 7 damage that's gonna go to your face. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's Fury on the one? Oh. That's 1 elusive damage and 7 damage to the face. That's already going down to 3 HP. And that's kind of dangerous. Puts you on a clock where if White Rebellion gets an... Oh, the deny, it's 4 mana.
We're just gonna sleep it.
We do have the... Yeah, we can sleep the unit now. We don't take the 7 damage, which might come in handy because we might be able to survive another attack turn here, which, you know, prolongs the clock a little bit, but we could really use some Mordekaiser here, basically.
Yeah, but the nice thing about this this play is now we have Lee Sin with barrier for free on defense now.
I mean, with this deck, that's like, you know, piece of cake to create the better. But yeah, you're right. It's always nice to have it preemptively, right? You don't have to worry about it.
What's
now,
better
Z-Max
than free?
really needs to do something here, right?
Yes, Z-Max needs to do a lot here in order to make a comeback. Honestly, I think the only out here is a Mordekaiser right now.
Mordekaiser would come down very strong, slamming the board hard. You're gonna kill that Aloof. Now, with that killing Aloof, you're not gonna summon 2 Aloofs because your board is just full, right?
Yeah.
So it is a little bit tricky. So I guess we can decide to trim the board here. Now, funny enough, White Rebellion can block here without killing any of the units, so you keep Z-Max board full. Now, I don't know how worth is that, but it will definitely be something to be considered here. Because making more board space for Z-Max means more Aloofs that are gonna just keep getting played and revived, right?
Yeah.
So I don't hate the idea, but let's see if this works out too. Considering the blocks here, Lee Sin blocks because of the barrier. Victor can block as well. Victor has a Fury, so he's gonna get even bigger. That's not too. So we did trim the board a little bit, and I believe this is working somewhat in Z-Max favor here, because if I'm Z-Max, I would have really liked those units not to be on my board.
Yeah.
Which sounds counterintuitive, but that's how the game works sometimes. And let's see if this is enough for Z-Max to find a way back. Of course, that would require just slamming down the Mordekaiser right here and just... Oh, there it is. Look at that. That's going to create double Aloof. Here we go. We get the 2 Aloofs. A lot of stuff going through.
Ooh, but the problem I see here now is that this Mordekaiser is not even close to being leveled, Ace.
Oh, we see. Ooh, look at that. Going for double removal of the aloof travelers. Just really wants to get that off the board.
Yeah.
Now, that mystic shot, they found a lot of value going to the face here as well, right? Because we have Listens gonna kick there. We have 2 elusive units with 1 damage each. We can play a ballistic bot here if we need to. There we go. Now the ballistic bot, we have just more burn. So ZMAX is definitely in a position that is favorable, but they cannot relax even in the slightest here, because this kid, Mordecai said he's not done with you, so he can always just make that sneaky comeback, level up, and then he just keeps draining from each death. White Rebellion definitely needs to keep his head cool and in the game.
Going for a deep med here for the Lee Sin.
Yeah, the Lee Sin kick here, hitting 4 to the face. That would also recall the Mordekaiser. Now, we are not pushing anything more because we do have maybe even triple ballistic bot this turn. That would create a lot of pressure. But because we don't have mystic shot anymore, not that easy to push the damage. So let's see for what kind of commitment we see here. I also like full swing because we do have that Twin Disciplines in hand. And now with the Twin Disciplines, it is actually just lethal.
Yeah.
Now I do expect to have some kind of interaction here, right? But that still puts us in a lot of damage pushed, where the ballistic bots can actually finish the job afterwards. So I really like this commitment, even though it does require you to sacrifice your own victor. But I like this play. And let's see, mini morph. Important to note, the kick still goes through. Or it doesn't, does it? I don't think it does. It does it?
It took 1 damage. So yes, it does go through.
1-1-1. Right, it does, right? Because it's still kicking a unit. It's same as you would use this is Dragon Kick as a spell.
So we still have potential. We still have lethal here on this swing. That's a weird interaction. I feel like that kick should fizzle.
No.
Is the eye just lying to us? No, it's not actually lying. It actually is going to go through.
Yep. That is because right, because Lee Sin's Dragon Rage is an actual spell that's in the game, right? Dragon Rage that says an ally kicks an enemy into the Nexus, striking both, right? It doesn't say Lee Sin strikes an enemy, right? So it just gets the strike going, and now we're down to 4 HP.
Why didn't we? I mean, we technically still have lethal here because we just played both of our ballistic bots, but I'm just very confused at why we didn't commit it.
I mean, this is all right? Because now we just win with ballistic bot. Committing more, maybe was afraid that it's gonna run into some issues of more interaction on the other side as well, where now they have nothing on the board, and Mordekaiser needs to come down to do anything, but...
That's fair.
Now, this does take us 3 slow speed actions. If Mordekaiser is fast, it's very close to leveling. If Mordekaiser levels from these 2 units that we can kill here, and then swings activating his passive spell, we might run into some trouble, actually. Ooh, this might come in close. Oh, he levels. Wait, Hirsch. This might be one of the sneakiest comebacks. I don't want to jinx it yet.
You jinxed it.
No, but there's a sleep. I didn't even notice the sleep. I was too focused. Yeah, with this, the Mordekaiser doesn't swing, but if he was able to swing, right, then each unit that when you slay a unit, drain 1, and it would have created a really slow, but I think guaranteed comeback there. But sadly, you just sleep him for a unit, and now the last ballistic bot spell ends the game with the slowest of slow burns.
Yeah. What an interesting last game of the series, honestly.
Yeah, completely on a different side of the spectrum that we saw in the first best of 3, right? We saw some headbutting, some aggressiveness, but in this other game, it was very, very chill, very calculated, very slow matchups. That in the end just came down to those 1 points of burn from each ballistic bot, and just one interaction spell in the end. Because if that Mordekaiser was allowed to swing, might have complicated the things there a lot.
Yeah. So with that, Lee Sin's Dragons does take this entire set to a 3-0.
I'm right. I was correct. Let's go.
So
I always enjoy when my predictions come to life.
So with that, we are going to be sending it to a quick break while we prep for our next match of the night, which is going to be Victor's Glorious Evolution versus Nora's Tea Drinkers Ace.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, Nora's Tea Drinkers actually brought some hot tea this week, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We will be back in just a short moment. You don't want to miss the next match. Welcome back, everybody. Aegis Esports ACL Aegis Competitive League. I am not going to make Ace.
No, it's Aegis Champions League.
Yeah, see?
That was not a test. You messed it up. That was not a test, Hirsch.
Nope.
No. I'm not letting you get away with that, Hirsch. No. You messed it up, Hirsch. No, Hirsch, you messed it up.
To be transparent to the viewers, Ace was telling me off screen that he was starting to feel really, really tired because it is late at night for him where he is at right now. Ace, what time is it?
It's 1:49 a.m.
Yeah, so it is extremely
and you're
late.
not even halfway done, right?
It is extremely late for him, so I decided to throw a curveball at him to wake him up and make sure that he is alive. And he is very well aware of what is going on with the surroundings. Ace, give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed last match, please.
Yeah, we saw me being correct with my prediction as always, right? So nothing new there. Other than that, in the first best of 3 that we managed to catch, it was some aggro all around, some headbutting, where we just saw, those little bit of a better early turns, just snowball from there, and games are just done so quickly. If you blink it, you miss it. But the beauty of that is that we managed to go into the second best of 3 of that same match, where we saw combo-ish control decks go up against each other, and it did game close there, but in the end it was just those few points of burn from Ballistic Bot that just managed to take it. So in one best of 3 we managed to see both spectrums of the meta that we have now, the aggressive and the control.
Yes. And what great way to start off this next match right now with but none other than Victor's Glorious Evolution versus Nora Tea Drinkers. And you have been hyping up the spice from Nora's Tea Drinkers, Ace. So why don't you give us some insight, let the cat out of the bag, or let the snail out of the shell, and tell us what's going on with Nora's Tea Drinkers this week.
Yeah, so basically what Nora's Tea Drinkers is all about is what tea I'm drinking right here. It was forest fruits. So I don't know, so it's just berries and stuff, so stuff like that. So that's the spice that I had in my tea. But what Nora Drinkers brought is 9 times Raid Caller's Allegiance. 9 instances of little bit of RNG luck involved. Now, who can't fall in love with that kind of lineup? So all 3 players came in, and all of them brought miss rates Allegiance. Now, it is a little bit maybe confusing how they managed to fit it in the all 3 lineups with our rules of the league that we have, but as we said, there's a little bit of spices here and there, the little bit of text, a little bit of splashes in different kinds of regions that we have in Terra just creates the perfect opportunity to create this kind of lineup between all of them. And they just went for it, and I'm really excited to see how it performs here, because you could pick any player from this team and you're gonna see Raid Callers.
Yeah.
It basically removes that little bit of thinking that teams have to do beforehand, who faces who, the picks, first pick, second pick, the matchups here and there. No, everybody plays against miss rates, everybody plays as miss rates. Handshake, go into the game like true gentlemen.
So I just want to do a little bit of diving into these lineups before we actually start looking into them, just to see what's going on and explain. So one of the lineups right now, we have Mono Elise with just 1 copy of Elise. And what region are we splashing into, Ace? None other than Freljord. What is the one Freljord card that we could use in this deck?
Oh, it's buff, a type of buff, the same unit +2/+2 on full instances. It was, I forgot the name of it.
It's Iceborne Legacy.
Iceborne Legacy. Oh my god. It used to see some play back in the days with spiders, right? Where we could buff all the spiderlings from 1/1 to 3/3. I believe it saw some play with Poros as well, where you buff the...
Yeah, Iceborne Poros.
Iceborne Poros, where you buff the elusive Poro, right, for 3/3, and now we see it in miss rates, right? It somewhat makes sense, it's a burst speed spell that just buffs all your mists for 2 HP and 2 power. That's huge.
Yeah. So the next one is Mono Kindred with one copy of Kindred. And this one is Targon, but it splashes in for one card. And it's...
Are you gonna make me guess each card?
No, I'm not gonna make you guess. I'm just doing this for dramatic effect. But the one card that they're splashing in for this one is Black Shield, which is very interesting.
It's just a one-off, right? So
yeah, it's just a one-off.
Yeah, players are trying to get frisky. I wish there was some random 10-cost spell in the deck. You know, they splash Noxus for the one Atakan. That would have been hilarious. But, you know, I guess they just went for something that actually has some kind of usage in the deck, right?
Yes. And then we move on to Nocturne with 2 copies of Nocturne and 1 Shurima card, which is Exhaust, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah. And then we move on to Champless with 1 copy of Deny. And then finally we go on to Mono Shadow Isles with 2 copies of Mordekaiser.
Well, I guess you can't miss Allegiance if all 40 cards of your deck are Shadow Isles, right?
Yeah.
I guess they did take the RNG factor out of there, but it's still there if you ask me. Even if it's 40 cards from Shadow Isles, I still believe there's chance to miss Allegiance. Do not test the RNG cards. You will miss Allegiance with 40 cards of the same.
Yes.
Region. So it's doable. It will happen again.
So let's get right on into the nitty gritty, Ace, because these players are getting ready to are wanting to get started as soon as possible. So we'll be jumping into AJ the Pro's Mono Mordekaiser list.
Yeah. As you said, this is the Mono Mordekaiser list. Now, this is running less of those aggressive fearsome units. As we see, there's only Misrates and Raid Callers. And then Legion of the Severed to give the Raid Caller another life, basically. So you can just keep killing it, keep summoning it back, keep summoning those Misrates, right? So this is a little bit of a more slowish, I would say, more all into the Raid Caller's Misrates combo, right? I don't see a way for them winning through, you know, just swarming the board with smaller fearsome units. So it's definitely more all into that Raid Caller Misrate combo, as we can see with 1 Harrowing Return and Soul Cleave. So we definitely want to get as much Raid Caller as possible to get the train rolling. You also have 3 Vengeances just to be there for the controlling part of the deck, right? With 2 Vengeances, 2 Hate Spike.
You can do something really spicy and just Vengeance your own unit and bring it back with Mordekaiser.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's 6 mana to summon a Raid Caller. That seems like value to me.
Unironically, it actually is really good value.
I mean, really good is an overstatement, but it can see maybe possibly there is an off chance it plays.
You play your Wraith Caller, right? You get 2 units out of your Wraith Caller. You then Vengeance that Wraith Caller to bring it back, and then you get a 3rd unit. So basically, you're playing 3 units for 2 cards. Look at that. Look at that value. Think about that.
Yeah. If we ignore Fading Icon, Soul Cleave, a Harrowing Return, that's the best mana cost for in our deck that we can do. And Iron Conquest, yeah. But if we ignore all of those, actually it would work with Glimpse Beyond as well, right? Because we just need to kill the unit.
Yes.
And Darkling Halberd. So it's like the 7th or 8th spell that can do that, but you're right. It can technically happen. You never know. Everything is up in the cards.
Yep. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we do have the Mono Kindred list with 1 copy of Deny. Nothing really different or standing out besides the Ceaseless Sentries in this deck. We're running a little bit light on fearsome units, but we're going heavy into the Mistwraith package here. Moving on to the third and final deck of AJ the Pro, we do have the Mono Elise with one copy of Elise, but with Iceborne Legacy once again leading in extremely heavy into this Mistwraith package, trying to get as much value out of it as possible with Iceborne Legacy. Now moving on to the other side of the matchup with RoboMaster, we have Akshan Varus. Ace, why don't you take us away with this one?
Yeah, a little bit of a different lineup, right? We saw 3 fearsome decks there and then no fearsome in this lineup, but RoboMaster did decide to go a little bit different from what we usually see. We see Akshan Varus, a deck that we definitely have seen before, but you know, sometimes the pairings are not the same. Usually we see Akshan going with Pantheon, or maybe Akshan going with Sivir. But yeah, Akshan Varus, really good. They pair really nicely because both of them enjoy using cheap spells on them and on other units to keep on buffing them. And with all the cards for buffs that we have, combined with the protection of Rite of Negation and Expanse protection, the deck can really get out of hand if they can get the units on the board. If we can see some action, some Varuses on the board, a little bit time to get started there. Once they get going, it's really hard to stop this deck because just of all the interaction they can pull out.
Yes, and moving on to the second deck of the night, it is Noxus Freljord, so I can imagine it is a Draven Sejuani deck this time.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna say it again. The good old Freljord buff cards combined with Noxus aggressiveness. It pairs really nicely to create this aggressive overwhelm, as I like to say, either go wide or go tall, but definitely goes phase. We see some tech cards, some spice, some splashes from all kinds of different directions here. RoboMaster decided to go for one Sejuani and one Pirouette, as well as one Might. So definitely a little bit of a curveball with the Pirouette. It can stun a unit, it can damage unit, it can go phase for 1 HP. And as we see in the Sejuani, it can be used both offensively and defensively.
Yes. And moving on to the third and final deck of Mr. RoboMaster, Demacia Freljord. What can it be, Ace? It is Morgana Udyr.
Yep. You know, the good old Freljord buff.
The good old Freljord buff pile.
Yeah, and you know, as we said, paired this time with Demacia, instead of the Noxus version where it pairs the buff cards with aggressiveness, here it pairs the buff cards with a little bit of a range, mid-range, a little bit of more interaction kind of deck. Where, yeah, it's the same principle, right? They like to either get wide or get tall, but from there, they really like to control the pace of the game and control the board. So they kind of want to do similar things in the early game, where they just want to establish a board, but the way they win the games is definitely miles apart in terms of difference.
Yes, and throwing it to the caster desk where we can see all predictions finally. Ace, let us see what everybody is thinking this week for this second match of the day, and we are evenly split down the middle. You and Red on the same page voting Victor's Glorious Evolution, and me and the community in sync as always. I am one with the community is one with me.
Hirsch, did you not tamper with those votes? Did you go and vote just to have bigger numbers there?
No, I am biased here. I am no. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I am unbiased. Unbiased opinion.
I feel like there were 15 votes on each side. This is my scenario that I'm envisioning in my head. There's 15 votes for both teams, and you didn't want to end it in a tie, so you just went and get that little bit of.
Nah, it was a landslide. Nobody voted for Victor's Glorious Evolution.
Well, I voted and Red voted as well. So we definitely believe that even with 40 cards of Shadow Isles, you can still miss Allegiance. It has happened, it will happen. and I'm here for it.
Yep. Now moving on to the matchup screen where we can see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans, Ace? I think on the side of AJ the Pro, Mist Race is going to get banned. What do you think?
I definitely think that RoboMaster will ban a fearsome deck. There is no grain of doubt in my mind that miss rates will be off the table for AJ the Pro, or at least one of the miss rates. But let's look at the other side, right? Let's look at RoboMaster's decks. You have Akshan, the Juani or Morgana you want to remove off the table. Now, again, Hirsch, why complicate stuff? Life is best when it's simple. Just ban the Morgana list and just take it from there. So, from RoboMaster's side, I believe that they will ban Fearsomes, and from AJ the Pro side, I believe they will ban Morgana.
Let's make it not simple.
Damn.
But on the side, I kind of think there's only one real option to ban here. Like both of these decks are just normal Mistrace decks, but you know what? We all hate the pink region just because Deny is a broken card. Yes, we're banning Deny here, Ace.
Damn. Well, AJ the Pro, a little bit of complication here, not banning Morgana. Let's see if that comes to bite them a little bit. But from RoboMaster, it's basically the same options wherever you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this. Double Omen Hawk opening. That's keepable if you ask me, and it was kept indeed. From AJ the Pro side, now we did mention that the lists that they run are not your classical, aggressive, fearsome allegiance deck. It's more of a combo-ish, basically, because they really rely on those miss rates for unit. Because if there's no miss rates, there's not a lot of units left in the deck. And we see exactly what we just mentioned. AJ the Pro not having those miss rates and those rate colors in the deck right now, but luckily the deck does have some little bit of draw, so AJ the Pro should really get started in trying to find those rate colors. On the other side, look at that. Omen Hawk, and we just slam a weapon on it.
Ready to get more value out of this Omen Hawk.
That Omen Hawk just became a Yadulski Snow Dog. The Omen Hawk got promoted into a dog. That's how evolution works in Digimon, I believe. Hawks get evolved into dogs.
In Digimon?
Yeah, I believe that's how evolutions go there.
I don't know. I never was a huge Digimon fan. I was a Pokemon fan.
That's definitely how it goes. It goes Hawk, dog, refrigerator.
Hawk,
those are the
dog,
three.
Refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's
actually
sense.
The evolution tree. Yeah. Don't even question it. That's definitely how that goes.
I might have to question that. We might have to go watch after.
Don't fact check. Do not fact check me. Just blindly believe. Don't even worry about it.
So, oh my god.
Ooh.
A 4/5 Scholarly Pioneer right off the rip. Insane.
Oh, great color.
And we also have a 4/4 Volpine Wanderer right off the bat too. This is insane. We're already off to a fantastic start where RoboMaster is just getting an extreme amount of value out of this deck.
I mean, you say that, but all I see raid color. Look at that. There's raid color in the deck. That's infinite units.
It's infinite units once we find our 2 copies of Mordekaiser here.
No. It's infinite units because we're going to grant Deathless. And then that creates Deathless. We have those landmarks as well. That's just so much units. It's so much units. But if RoboMaster can just make big enough units, it might just come down to a battle of attrition here where one side has a very large number of units that will eventually become big, but on the other side, there's just big units. So, me personally, I still think that maybe RoboMaster is a little bit on a clock here, where they want to create more pressure on the board. Because if they let this raid color cook a little bit, it might prove really, really hard to keep up with the amount of units that AJ the Pro can pull out here. Just look at that red color now. Look at that red color.
I'm looking at it.
Red color with Deathless. That's huge. And also now we're just gonna slam our second Iron Conquest just to get more of those miss rates going. But on the other side, we see the Blade-bound Berserker, where, as we said, that nice text that it has. When you play a slow speed spell that targets a single ally, copy it onto me. So once we get those stances that we already have, one off in hand, it just keeps copying itself on the Blade-bound Berserker as well. So we get double the value of it. And if we can manage to, get those units big, then grant some overwhelm, grant some regeneration, it can definitely come in handy. But these miss rates, they keep on coming.
They don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. No, that's deal 2.
Ooh, remove the whole board. That's actually basically basically Ruination.
Yeah, that's basically 3 mana Ruination, you're right.
Yeah, basically, if you think about it, it is 3 mana Ruination. That also deals 2 damage to the face, so even a better Ruination. Decisions. Yeah, that's funny. We can play 2 Blade-bound Berserkers, right? So that would mean each card that targets a unit is going to get doubled, tripled, and that's kind of huge. But we just see this nice 2 mana Ruination here. Well, technically 2 mana one-sided Ruination. Oh, but Soul Cleave. Okay. I do see a lot of units. Oh, this is getting hard to predict here. Kirsch. Both sides are looking. It's looking like they're doing exactly what their deck wants to do. But I think what AJ the Pro's decks wants to do is a little bit stronger than what RoboMaster wants to do here. Because yeah, this is all cool. RoboMaster is having some fun looking at those buff units and some spells in hand. But that's already 5 damage on those miss rates. There's 2 more in hand. That's 7 damage on miss rates. Fading Memory.
That's 8 damage. But we are going for a harrowing here.
That's an interesting decision. Oh, we don't have the stance. Oh, how strong the stance would be right now.
Yeah, for real.
Ooh. Now, we will have enough units to block, but we will be definitely taking a lot of damage, because a lot of miss rates are going to get summoned. You can check the eye to see how many. Well.
More than I can count. More than I can count on my hands and toes, probably.
That's what? Huh? There is no possible way to summon more than 4 on the board. So, what are you even saying?
You're not summoning it on the board. You're summoning it off the board. Come on, Ace, use your noggin. What are you doing, bud?
Technically, you can still count it. There was definitely not more than 20 played yet, so you're technically wrong.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you counting?
I've counted. I've counted all my life, actually.
I don't believe you. Prove it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, I counted.
See, I don't know. You didn't sound too confident when you said 7.
Yeah, I do not question me what comes after.
What comes after 7 Ace? I'm gonna do it.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. We see Soul Cleave on the board. Oh, look at that. Summoning more miss rates. Now this will get countered by those nifty strike spells that we have here, and a little bit of breathing time for Robomaster here, because now the attack doesn't look threatening at all, gives a little bit more time for Robomaster to create what they need to do here, and what they need to do is slam this Udyr and get him leveled, and then the stances gets reduced in cost, and we just create those big beefy units that can just slam Aegis the Pro face real hard here. Ooh, attack with the 7-2. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, that's a really interesting attack, because I really want to put emphasis on the 3 letters of that word. But that just gave a free trade, and now with Udyr, that's basically representing lethal. Oh wow. Wait, that's lethal.
Is it?
If we just pull it aside and then we use the stance to end the game.
But it's... Oh, yeah.
It's just exactly lethal. See, I told you it's lethal. We don't even need the stance. Yeah, it's just lethal. That's it. Wow. Yeah, that block was... Yeah, that was definitely a block. Definitely interesting block. Yeah.
Robomaster thinking about this, trying to see if there's any other tricks in Age of the Pro's deck that can stop this. But Age of the Pro doesn't have anything in hand. So this first win does go straight to Robomaster here.
See, Hirsch, that's what I'm saying. Always keep life simple. Do not overcomplicate it. Just ban the Morgana list. It's that easy.
If it was that easy, I'm sure AJ would have done it. It was a very difficult decision.
Yeah, if you want to complicate your life, right? If you want to keep it simple, it's easy. Just make simple choices.
But moving on to the second match, we have the Draven Sejuani list versus...
Ooh, box Yetis.
That's a lot of boxes.
That's 2 boxes. That's the least amount of boxes that we need to make it a plural. That's not a lot of boxes.
That's a lot of boxes. One is even saying, or even one is too many boxes.
Well, at least now we know that Hirsch is indeed not a cat, because cats love boxes.
No. If I fits, I sits, but I don't fit because I am big.
So what you're saying is it's better to have one big box than multiple smaller boxes.
Yes.
I like the way of thinking you have there. But look at this. We have on one side, 2 Yetis hooking from turn 1. Just gets their cost reduced each turn. And on the other side, we don't see raid callers. We don't see that cooking factor that the deck can provide. And there's no miss rates so far, except that one that can burst summon it. Let's see if AJ the Pro goes for that here, because they can play Legion of the Severed, grant a little bit of Deathless here and there, but let's see if that's even worth it. Because you really want that to be used on the raid callers, but there are simply just no raid callers in hand right now.
It's definitely a very awkward position for AJ right now. I'm very curious at how he is planning on navigating this matchup.
Well, yeah, we definitely see that decision to go more of a combo-ish misrate stack instead of the usual aggro we see. The combo-ish deck can just miss on the combo, but by just not having that key piece in their hand. Well, the aggressive will always be the aggressive, right? That's just how aggressive decks work. And we see one of the Yeti coming down already on turn 4. Gets reduced. 5-5 on the board. Draven as well. We have Battle Fury in the back. This is looking decent for Robomaster for now. Let's see if this Legion of the Severed can create some chaos on the board with all the deathless that we can see. Definitely getting some value instantly, because that's a 5-3 on the board. Stops the Yeti from attacking, and only Draven manages to swing in, get an axe, and push just no damage this turn. That's really good for AJ the Pro, because they need a lot of things right now, but mostly they just need time to find those things.
The thing is, Robomaster has a lot of gas in the tank right now with how relatively strong his curve is right now in hand. So
Yeah,
it doesn't look like he's going to be getting a ton of time to be working with.
Yeah, the Deathless on AJ the Pro side is really allowing him to reuse those couple of units he has multiple times. Now we finally do see a missed rate right there, but it's already turn 6 if we see a pass here. And at this point, I believe AJ the Pro will kind of pivot towards the Mordekaiser side of the deck, right? Because we do have Mordekaiser in our hand. We have a second Mordekaiser as well, which is just so much value once you have one Mordekaiser. And at this point, I think AJ the Pro will kind of abandon that Mistrates combo deck a little bit and just focus on the Mordekaiser and the Deathless part of the deck, which might prove really, really strong here. But for that, AJ the Pro still needs to create a decent defense for this turn. Yeah, I guess he can just summon another Legion of the Severed. Keep summoning Legions of the Severed. Ooh, pass. Look at that frisky little pass he did there. Ooh, I like that. Rollmaster on the other side. No thoughts, just slamming big boys on the board. Gotta love it.
Big units, no thoughts.
Just vibes, no thoughts.
Exactly.
Oh, there is that Battle Fury in the deck right there. Alright, let's see it. Will it get used on the Legion of the Severed? Of course. You get that 5-3 little bit of a chonker on the Age of the Pro side as well. Grants Deathless on the Mordekaiser. Just a value galore. Now, this does create a little bit of a decent board for Age of the Pro, because even after the swing, 2 units will survive because of the Deathless, which means Mordekaiser will always have a value to be pulled out in next turn. So I kind of like this. I'm liking this. I'm liking what the Age of the Pro can do here. But let's see how much damage can Robomaster push, and then maybe try to end it with a sneaky Battle Fury on the next attack token. So it's still up in the air, if you ask me. It's still hard to decide what will be the end product of all of this.
So we see Robomaster hesitating to see if he actually wants to swing or not.
I mean, you got us full swing here, alright? Just full send it. And how do you win if you wait for the Mordekaiser to come down, right? I think he just full swings here. Now he's thinking he does have that might in hand, that might prove to be useful. Oh, just Raven swing. Wow, that's really... That's kind of baffling to me, because it was definitely feeling like a turn where we could have pushed like 7, 8, maybe 10 damage, a little bit of an action there. But now we kind of just give them a full board. Yeah, they can't, summon more units. But with Mordekaiser coming down and Vengeance off the top? Ooh. Yeah, I think Age of the Pro might have missed the boat there, and this is kind of getting out of hand now with Mordekaiser. Because that Mordekaiser also has Deathless as well, so... Johnny does come down, but it moves the power from Mordekaiser, so the challenger Mordekaiser gets no value this turn, but with Vengeance in the back of Aegis the Pro hand, I believe he is, as the cool kids say nowadays, a big chillin'. I guess the unit has Deathless. You might as well attack with it, right? That's absolutely nothing for the state of the game. Pushing 4 damage doesn't do that much. Trading a unit, it won't happen. So just hitting for 4, saying, how do you do? Oh, glimpse. Yeah, those Kisnodog is definitely not what you want to see. Now, Robomaster is banking all of their hopes on this last swing, where we have enough mana for Battle Fury, Might, and 2 access as well on top of that. So it definitely can provide a lot of pressure. Now, the problem is that Vengeance. That a Vengeance top decked 2 turns ago might prove game ending here.
Yeah.
For Roguemaster. Now, this is hard to know if there is a way to play around it, honestly. Like maybe if you buff with Brothers Bond and then you go Overwhelm. Is this enough with Overwhelm? With Overwhelm it's 18. An Axe? Okay, now if you can bait out. Okay, we are baiting out the Vengeance now. And Battle Fury. +8. Oh, but the hate spikes. The hate spikes just killed the Draven immediately. And we still keep the Vengeance in our back pocket for when this big ass Battle Fury comes down. And now Vengeance counters that. And this is just game breaking for Robomaster, if you ask me. That was their whole game, was preparing for this one huge swing where, you know, credit where credit is due. The swing was huge. That was like so much overwhelm units, so much damage being pushed, and 2 ways of ending with the Might and the Battle Fury, but Mordekaiser just doing Mordekaiser things. Look at that. They have a full board again. Yeah. It's just that easy.
And we do see on the other side of the matchup that AVG Kizan takes on Eddie 2-0. So there is 1 win already for the side of Victor's Glorious Evolution. This match can be deciding who actually wins.
My prediction's going well again. Alright. Well, now we get to see that Mordekaiser was indeed not done with him, right? I'm not done with you, and Mordekaiser is definitely not done as well. And now we just kind of gonna see a little bit, well, not slow. H the Pro definitely needs to maybe even end the game on this turn, right? Because you never know what kind of shenanigans can Robomaster pull out here. You never know where that second Battle Fury can come out, right? So definitely on their toes, trying to end the game as soon as possible. And maybe even going for a level up on Mordekaiser here. Here's some units. Let's see, there's the Undying from the landmark where we resummon a 4-2, and now the swing kills the Sejuani, but does not get too lethal after we block here, right? Still not lethal, and it's still not lethal here as well. We can see the Yeti maybe blocking the 2-1. Ooh, maybe the Yeti should have blocked the 2-1 here. Just go down to 1 HP. How are they gonna burn you down, right? Oh no, well actually it was gonna be lethal, right?
Yeah, if you block the
I'm
200,
just bad at
it's
math. Yeah, sometimes I'm just bad at math, Hirsch.
sometimes. I'm kidding.
Sometimes. About 72% of the time. I'm 100% bad at math.
So the really, really nice thing is if Robomaster top decks an overwhelm unit.
No,
Oh,
no.
never mind. He doesn't even want to give it a shot.
Yeah, just so much units that can be drawn there. Just get them out of here. That's all they said.
I'm surprised he didn't even wait to see what the top deck would have been.
No, just get them out of there. Well, I guess that's a way, Hirsch, for Mordekaiser to be done with them.
This is true.
I guess Robomaster did finally find a way for Mordekaiser not to say, I'm not done with you. I am not done with you. Alright, game 3. Again.
Iceborne Legacy versus...
There it is. It's in hand. Oh, it's in hand, Hirsch.
And we do have Mistrace in hand too. Oh, we're ready.
And ways to copy that misrate, so... It's definitely looking like it might see play. On the other hand, look at that. Double Battle Fury. When I see double Battle Fury, I know the game's gonna be fast. Like, it comes down, turn 6, turn 7, that huge unit's gonna hit face. If it kills them, it kills them. If not, you die. That's how it works, you know. But we do see, the Yeti cooks. The Yeti cooking in the background, right? It's gonna come down maybe turn 4, turn 5 for low mana. Perfect target for Battle Fury. We also see Sejuani, also a decent target for Battle Fury. We can see the Draven right here. Not the best target for Battle Fury, but can definitely become one if he manages to level up.
AJ figuring out what he wants to do, seeing if he wants to save this Legion of the Severed for a better unit than the Ceaseless Sentry, or just bank the mana just to be able to comfortably play Iceborne Legacy next turn.
I mean, it's kind of too early for Iceborne Legacy, right?
I don't think it's too early at all. I think it's perfectly fine to rip right now.
Yeah, I don't think there is a world where you just rip it here.
Why not?
There is no way. Because you can just play other stuff. You can play the Ceaseless Sentry. It has Deathless. You just bing chill.
But we are being chilly.
Yeah, but that's still sitting there in the back. You don't have to rush yourself, right? Yeah, this is just nice blocks. Takes 3 damage, gives them an axe. Not the end of the world. Draws a card as well. Gets the Ceaseless Sentry back on the board as well. So, definitely not the worst of values that you can get. And let's see what the top decks are. We're definitely in the need of some missed raids here. Well, technically, it would be better to get the raid callers to summon those missed raids. But we can't really be picky here. Instead, we get the box. Not the best. But let's see if we can get some value. I don't think this box is really very good in this matchup. Oh, but that's definitely good in every matchup that this deck can face. Raid Caller is in the house. Doesn't miss Allegiance as well, so we're already at a good start here.
Yes. We're finally off to the races now.
Yeah, and with that Soul Cleave as well, we can always just summon more of them. Now, we probably do want to do that when we have more board space, but it's never a bad timing to use it, if you ask me.
I agree.
Now, let's see here. We can also just take the pass here. We don't bank one of the mana points, but that's fine. What we really just need here is a little bit of time to create more misrates, maybe get a chance to use the Iceborne Legacy as well to get the buffs going. On the other side, Robomaster is starting to put out some chunky units with Overwhelm here. That unit does not have Overwhelm, but it's decently chunky for a 1-drop, if you ask me. Ooh, box. Value is fairly low because it only deals 3 damage to the ballista and it kills the rear guard, so not the best of value, but I guess it kills a unit, and that's enough for AJ the Pro here. Arguably, you know, he could have waited for he should have maybe attacked first to see if the ballista would have blocked here because it had 4 HP. You know, maybe you bait out a little bit there. You try to go for the maximum amount of value you can pull out, but you know, let bygones be bygones and just keep looking for the next better play, of course.
I think he was hoping to accomplish with this that it would force Robomaster not to block and he can sneak in 6 damage.
Ooh, Sejuani. Yeah, let's see if the Soul Cleave comes down now to get new raid colors, but also just don't give Robomaster a unit with vulnerable to pull, right? So it's just maybe the best play here for AJ the Pro would just be Soul Cleave here. No, just passes. Hell with it, just pass. You're lit.
Interesting.
The thought process here might be, Hirsch, that we are trying to bank as much as mana possible to play the Harrowing next turn. But we'll see, because what is our play pattern here? We decide to get as much trades as possible, then maybe we copy the raid colors and just play it with Fading Memories, right? And then just rip the thing. Oh, does that mean I was right, Hirsch?
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
And looking on the other side of the match up for the other match that is going on, we see that Never Walk Alone 2-0's Trey. So that seals the deal for Victor's Glorious Evolutions. This match is just for tiebreakers now.
Yeah, would you look at that? Don't you enjoy being right, Hirsch? Oh, you wouldn't know, my bad.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Look at that.
That's messed up.
Let's focus on the game, Hirsch. Let's look at the bright side. You know, we're casting a great game here.
We'll be casting a new caster here in a minute.
Oh my god. Oh, that was actually hilarious. Alright, let's see. We see some trading happening here. Agent the Pro is definitely taking their sweet time here, deciding on how they want to play out this turn and next turn, because it's definitely the deciding turns, right? They need to end next turn, or the game just ends. The game literally just ends the moment Robomaster gets another attack token. So Agent the Pro definitely a little bit of a pickle right here. Yep.
AJ considering his options here.
While we have time and we're on the topic, Hirsch, do you like pickles?
No, I hate pickles.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How about like other other pickled stuff, you know?
I like pickled onions. I just hate pickles. Pickles are gross.
So you just hate the mini cucumbers, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody can be wrong, you know. That's okay.
Do you like pickles, Ace?
Oh, not the biggest fan of them. I like pickled cauliflower the most.
Interesting.
Yeah. Harrowing returned, so baby harrowing, right? Not the full harrowing. Instead, this summons a raid caller. We can add -1 attack. That does remove Driven as a blocker, but the axes will just buff him instantly back. Now, let's see what other types of stuff AJ the Pro decides to do here. Maybe Soul Cleave?
A Soul Cleave would be kind of pog.
See. Robomaster here, patiently waiting for what moves Age of the Pro can do. Definitely has the opportunity here to take a step back, consider all the possibilities, play as safe as possible, because all they need to do is survive this attack token, and the game just instantly ends the moment they get the attack token. So this is literally the last turn that matters in this game and in this whole match, basically. All right, full board, the winging. Is this enough, Hirsch?
No.
Yep, it's indeed not enough. Even without those axes that make another fearsome blocker, it would not have been enough. But with those axes, you axe, block a unit. You can even play that Sky Splitter in hand to buff your Ballista so you can block without dying as well. You can also not do that. Robomaster has all the opportunities they can think of right now, and of course they do have to take it slow, consider all the possibilities, maybe check the deck list, check anything in the terms of a little bit of spicy shenanigans that can happen to push 3 damage. There is none of those. Maybe check how much attackers they need to have on the swing to guarantee a win, even through a couple of pieces of interaction, of course, and they decide that all they need is this Sejuani and the Iron Ballista, and I think I agree with them, because with that Battle Fury and enough mana to use Sky Splitter as well, this is looking like a game over already.
Yeah.
Sage of the Pro can't even deal with this without committing a spell first, so... Well, actually, they can. Okay, they did commit a spell, so my point still stands. But this cannot countered by just an axe. Well, no, never mind. We just slam the Battle Fury, win the game. That works too, I guess, right? There we go. Bang, bang. And the game. And Victor's Glorious Evolution, taking it 3-0.
Wow. What an insane turn of events today.
Well... That basically means that all players from Victor's Glorious Evolution managed to beat miss rates twice today. So that's
that is true. This is true. This is very, very true.
That's a lot of losses for miss rates. Just in this match alone. Ooh, the stats are gonna go wild with this.
The stats are indeed going to go wild with this ace. But with that, just to give a quick rundown, we saw that AJ the Pro lost 2-1 against Robomaster. He was able to squeak out 1 win. So 1 miss race deck did win for Norris T-Triggers now.
Yeah, it was that. And the win, in fact, was the other part of the deck. It was Mordekaiser doing "Is I'm not done with you" kind of deal, right? So yeah. Miss rates, definitely not the best of showing in this best of 3 specifically, but also in the whole match of these teams as well.
Yes. So with that, now we have our third best of 3 of the night. We have Misfortune's Powder Monkeys taking on Azir's Ascended from Group 1. So stay with us, guys. We will be back momentarily. You don't want to miss the next match.
wash it away in dance chase and whispers before they all just fade. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? I will find a this porcelain mirage may start to break. Each piece a reminder, every single little mistake. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? Tell me why it won't ever be the same. I'll burn it all, no matter who's to blame. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. And every time I close my eyes, a little less of you remains. I know you're slipping further from me now. Am I too far away? Tell me why I won't ever feel the same. I'll try everything until you're back again. I'll find a way back to
Welcome back, everybody. Aegis Esports ACL Aegis Champion League. I'm still Hirsch. That's still Ace. Ace, give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed last round, please.
We saw miss rates. Not miss rating enough. We saw that sweet little 9 miss rates allegiance lineup. Yeah, it was a little bit different from usual, from what we see with aggressive miss rates. Instead, we saw a little bit more of a combo-ish kind of style with miss rates. But sadly, just proved a little bit too slow, a little bit not strong enough, I guess. And it faltered. It faltered between all 3 players that brought it. So a little bit of sticky situation they got there because they're stuck with that lineup throughout the whole day. So they better get their act together. But on the other side, they're prepared to face more miss rates in the next best of 3 because apparently everybody has it today. Everybody is with their miss rates.
Everybody is with their miss race, indeed. So the next match of the night is Miss Fortune Powder Monkeys versus Azir's Ascended. And looking at this list, we don't see 9 copies of Miss Race in either lineup, honestly.
Do we have at least 4?
No.
I feel like you're lying to me.
I'm not. I see 1. Is this even Miss Race? Let me see. Yeah, this isn't even Miss Race. I see 1. I see 1.
Oh, wow.
Only 1 Mist Wraith deck in the entirety of this set, Ace.
That's nice. A little bit of different kind of playstyle that we're gonna take a look at here in the next best of 3.
Yeah, we have a little bit of diversity this time around. We are throwing it back to Janna Nyla, Heimerdinger Victor. We have Mist Wraith, we have Draven, Morgana Udyr, Akshan Sivir. What else? What else do we have on the other side? We have Kindred Mordekaiser, Fizz Yumi, Fizz Doobie Fizzing, as you like to say, Jace Lux, Morgana Udyr, Kindred Mordekaiser, Akshan Sivir, and Lee Sin Zoe.
Am I experiencing?
Oh, it seems like we lost Ace here. Ace,
Oh.
Are you still with us?
I should be here. Am I? Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Ace. We just cannot see you. You have to reconnect your camera.
Yeah. Stole the chat. Stole the chat. I'm coming.
Chat Ace is trying to still find his snail buddy. He has left. He is now finally back. Ace, did we ever find your snail buddy? Is he back?
Well, let's see. He's in the living room, so if I call him right now, he should be here before the next best of 3.
Okay, I'm holding you on that because I'm sure chat would love to see your friend again.
Yeah, let's hope he can make it in time.
We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah.
But with this, once again, we are watching Miss Fortune's Powder Monkeys versus Azir's Ascended right now. We don't know who is going up against who quite yet, but we can start looking into decks for a few minutes because we do know who we're going to be watching. We are going to be watching Total. So let's throw it to Total's decks right now, starting off with Kindred Mordekaiser, Piltover variant. Why don't you take this one away, Ace?
Well, yeah, this is definitely a totally different kind of variants of Mordekaiser. Usually we see him paired with the Bandle part, a little bit of Nora action, a little bit of, pinks and all the shenanigans that Bandle can provide. But Total decided to go in a totally different side and decided to go for PNZ for the aloof. Now, it is more cards in Shadow Isles that we usually see because Total decided not to go for those Mystic shots. Instead, just decided to go plain and simple, 3 aloofs and only 3 aftershocks. Other than that, Shadow Isles galore. We see some Fading Icon to provide that little bit of swarm that we usually get from Bandle, but here we can rely on Fading Icon with that. Other than that, your usual control. Now I do see two spectral. What's the full name of that card? A spectral
Surveyor.
Okay.
Oh wait, you mean Ironhound? I'm sorry.
Spectral in Iron Hound,
yeah,
right?
Ironhound.
Spectral Iron Hound. So a little bit of a difference there, and we see one ruination. That little bit of a saving grace if we manage to face a full board with a harrowing. Ruination, just a nice little reset button there. Nice to have in your back pocket. Other than that, we've seen this a million times. Nice, good old Shadow Isles control.
Yes. And moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Fizz Yumi. And once again, Fizz is back and he is fizzing again.
I love it when Fizz is fizzing. And this is definitely a deck where Fizz gets to be fizzing at the maximum. So, now, I've said this a lot of times today, but it's not technically good old Freljord buff cards because there's no Omen Hawks, there's no Yodulski Snowdog. In this case, we're kind of going for more of a different kind of a buff strategy. We're relying on Yumi, we're relying on Bone Club, and that's kind of it for the buff. So we are really all in on those two cards. But those two cards have a lot of targets that can go into, right? We have Pautiporo that once one of those two big cards go into it, gains all those keywords. We have Ruthless Rider, we have Skip, and those units as well, very tricky to deal with once we get a Yumi or a Bone Club onto them. Other than that, the typical buff spells from Freljord. We have Elixir of Iron, we have Sky Splitter, we have Inner Beast, we have Three Sisters, Battle Fury on the top, couple of interactions with Pie Toss, Wall Up for stuns, and a banger deck. If Total can find a Yumi or a Bone Club and stick it on a decent unit, their chances of winning skyrocket.
Yes. And moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we do have Jace Lux, the 6-cost deck incarnate.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the 3/4 Chief. Just a nice little 1-drop that can get you some tax returns. I hear it's still that time of the season.
It is.
Yeah, so once that card comes down, it can just keep those mana refunds on stock. Other than that, as you said, the 6-cost deck, we have a bunch of synergy with the 6-cost with Jace, Lux. We have some Mage Seekers Persuaders as well. And just a lot of good spells that can be used. Overall, a banger deck. I really enjoy playing it. I enjoy watching it. Just really excited to see how it fares in today's matchups that we have.
Yes. And moving on to the other side of the matchup now, we do know that Methodical is now going up into Total. So let's dive on into this lineup with Akshan, Sivir. Take this one away, Ace.
Well, Akshan, Sivir, I wouldn't say much of a staple in today's meta, because usually when you think about mid-range and Demacia, people usually go in Freljord, combine it with Udyr, all those nice classic Freljord buff cards, but instead we have Akshan Sivir here, Demacia paired with Shurima. Now Demacia does not bring a lot, but it brings two of the most important things. It brings challengers and it brings interaction, and that's exactly what you need in this deck. The deck is really strong once it can get on board, develop a nice little board. It doesn't have to be too strong, because the amount of spells, amount of interaction that they have can really just suffocate any opponent that they face. It just comes down to can they present a decent board in time to be able to combat all the aggressiveness we have in the meta today?
Yes. And moving on to the second deck, it is Demacia Freljord, and is it Morgana Udyr? Yes, sir, it is the Freljord buff staple.
Oh, good old Freljord buff cards, am I right? Now,
Yes.
I did say, when you think about mid-range in today's meta and you see Demacia, you're usually thinking of Morgana Udyr, and that's definitely what Methodical decided to go here, right? Pair that nice Freljord Demacia mid-range with some nice Shurima Demacia mid-range. And you know, we've seen this deck in action, just the previous best of 3. It's just really strong at what it does, and it does it often. Just get on the board, create big units, control the board with those units, smack you down. Just strong deck all around.
Yes, just a strong, solid deck all around. I do agree with you. And moving on to the third and final deck, we have the Draven Freljord deck as well. Nothing really different that we've seen from all the other decks tonight. So there's nothing really to touch up on. It is very, this is honestly probably the standard list right now.
Yep, just one of 3 sisters there, one of Noxian Fervor. That's kind of it. Yeah, we see Methodical making this nice little mid-range, slightly more aggressive deck, which is just like a nicely packed trio of decks here that can do similar things, but they kind of end the game in different ways.
Yes.
With this deck in particular, just looking to slam you down as fast as it can.
Yes. And moving on to the caster desk, where we can talk about predictions right now. Ace, let us see what everybody voted, and it's pretty much a landslide. All 3 of us voted for Azir's Ascended, while the community voted for Miss Fortune's Powder Monkeys.
Yeah, apparently the community finally wants the Azir's Ascendant to fall, right? They had enough. They had enough of Azir's Ascendant dominating. They want to see an upset, and I can't blame them, you know. Every time I'm looking at football, and let's say Brazil is playing Democratic Republic of Congo, I'm always rooting for Democratic Republic of Congo, if you ask me. Always root for the underdog. It's in human nature, and apparently community goes hard with it.
Yes. And let us now throw it into the matchup screen, where we can see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans? Ace, go. 30 seconds.
I mean, keep it simple, right? Total banning the Morgana deck, and on the other side, you just don't want to face Yumi. I mean, Methodical has decks that fare really well into Fizz Yumi, if you ask me. The Akshan deck can really put up with it, and the Draven deck can really go under it. But I feel that just ban Fizz, right? The correct ban is probably going to be the Jace Lux, and I think that's going to get thrown off the table, but I'm going to vote for Fizz off the table. Just Methodical is not having it. He's banning Fizz Yumi. That's my predictions. Morgana and Fizz off the table, even though I consider Lux Jace a better ban.
You are half right, sir. We do have the Morgana Udyr banned, but on the side of total, we see Kindred Mordekaiser get banned.
I even tried to throw a curveball there to say I'm technically right, even if I miss it, right? But damn, Methodical just went completely different. Probably knows better the matchup of that Akshan Sivir list, right? And definitely can make decisions based on that, because the Morgana deck is getting off the table, so going for a little bit more of a protection on Akshan Sivir, definitely correct call. I believe that Methodical's decision is probably better than what I would have gone here, but let's see how it fares out on the field, right? And we have Draven Freljord against Lux Jace. Ooh, this is a matchup that usually gets decided around those 5th, 6th turn, right? If If the Noxian Freljordian combo can get enough pressure on the board that it just overflows the Lux Jace deck, it just wins right there. But if the Lux Jace can get past those, past that, 5, 6, 7 mark, it can really just control the board so efficiently from that point on. But let's see it. I see a couple of units on mechanical side, but I also see a couple of units on total sides. This might come in. Ooh. That Shock Blast might get used now. It will get blown out a little bit by this huge Sky Splitter. And that means 5 damage to the face. Ooh, that must feel good for mechanical here. Ooh, that's a nice 5 damage face.
Yeah.
Going down to 12 already, and that 4-3 is still on the board. Now we have some blocking Badget Bear here, or we can play double Petricide Broadbeam here, which could allow us to trade with the Ballista here, so removing that Overwhelm unit off the board. On mechanical side, there is a decision to be made. Either we play the Red Barbed Maze here, or we play the Double Omen Hawk. Decide to go for the Red Barbed Maze. There is an opportunity to go for a Bone Clap on the Sate Maze there, to just make it a huge body on the board. Let's see what kind of decisions Mechanical goes for here, because there's definitely some decisions to be made.
I do like just slamming this Bone Glove on this Red Barbed Maze just to start pushing that aggressive nature right now.
Total on the other hand has a pretty decent counterplay to it. Playing that Lux with Barrier makes it an efficient blocker. Now it will still push a lot of damage. And it will still plant that Curse in the deck, but it definitely saves the unit for at least now. Saves the unit from blocking, at least for now.
Yes.
It's a 9-9. 9-9. One of my favorite Brooklyn police stations. We see the Lux blocking, 4 damage to the face, Curse in the hand.
Let's start doing some chip damage here.
Ooh, the Jace as well.
The thing I want to also point out is that this Ichor does count for Lux too.
Yeah, it might come in handy actually, because the hand right now does not offer any kind of spells. I mean, it does have some interaction in Form Up and Mystic Shots, but the Ichor might actually come in handy. But we'll see. Definitely not this turn. I mean, we can play this turn, but kind of a tricky position for Total here.
Total trying to figure out what he wants to do to navigate this. You honestly have to play the Ichor now. Like, you cannot afford to take more damage at this point.
I mean, playing the Ichor comes at a very high cost, right? 3 mana at this point is very, very high. It's basically half of the turn gone just to save a couple of points of HP, so... And decides to go for it, as you said. Couple of points of HP is just too much points of HP.
I'm honestly okay with just taking a pass here, honestly.
Blocking Budget Bear comes down, 4/4 body on there.
So we just play the other Red Barbed Maze and play our 2 Omen Hawks? Just to go a little bit wider?
Double Omen Hawk. Yeah, the Jace Lux deck inherently runs no healing, so any points of damage that do go onto the Nexus, they will stay there. Now, there is, some shenanigans done with Jace and his acceleration gate, but... Third Razor Blade. But on the other side, we have Formula. Formula allows us to get a final spark immediately and still leave us enough mana to go double form up. That would mean that Lux can block and survive a whole Razorback hit here. And still generate a final spark, right? So, yeah, Hirsch, we did mention at the beginning of the game those little threshold of 5, 6, 7. Turn 5, 6, 7, right? Those are the most crucial ones. If Total can actually get through this turn without dying, they suddenly gonna look incredibly better than where they were from basically just last turn. The game will be black and white in difference.
Yeah. Is Total looking to play one of these farm ups here? No,
Ooh,
really?
It goes down to 2.
That's dangerous.
Me quickly going out to check what kind of burn they run. From the side of Metonical, they actually do run one Noxian Fervor.
Yeah, that's why it's extremely dangerous that he did this.
So this is definitely a little bit playing with fate here, because I'm not sure if Total can end the game next turn. And if they don't, they're giving just so much draws for Metonical here to find that Noxian Fervor. Ooh. Little bit of a risk taking from Total here now. I do get why, right? Because if we used one of the form ups, we couldn't use Formula this turn, and they just really want that Formula to just start this whole Lux and Jace engine going. And there is some decisions to be made here. Do we play the Jace, go below the mana? We can also go for maybe Pharaohs. We can go for the 2-drop and have like a lot of buffs going on. It's getting tough now. We are past that turn 5, 6, 7 point, but a lot of damage has been dealt, and Total still needs to be careful.
Yeah, we're playing a dangerous game right now for Total.
Danger must be their middle name.
So
Okay, some nice
taking out the Ancient Yeti just to try to avoid some more overwhelm damage coming through.
Yeah, removing the Omen Hawk as well, because at this point, even those 1 points of damage off the side, if in case of a full swing, might prove lethal. So just swinging here. Now there is. We just take it. No hesitation of going into some kind of war of attrition there with the buffs. So just decides to play a unit here. Double Razorback now. Basically, this puts Total in a position where if Methodical draws a Battle Fury or an Noxian Fervor, the game's just over on the spot. But if they don't try it, there might still be some hope here. Now, how is this Lux gonna get enough damage, enough HP to actually block here? Now, how are we dealing with this 9/9 on the board? See, Mystic Shot committed here, just to get the final spark, so we can trim down this 9/9 a little bit. So we can hope to kill it with a Mystic Shot. Oh no, we just decide to go for this. Interesting.
Do you just elixir? Yeah.
Oh, elixir. Like, how are we dealing with this 9/9 though, swinging in our face on the next attack turn?
We don't. That is the thing, Ace. We can't.
Interesting conundrum we have here. I mean, there's still some top decks that would probably be game saving. Maybe the third form up. Trick shot, not enough. And the swing probably does it.
Yeah, that's lethal.
Exactly lethal as well after we use that form up. So, yeah. Oh, no, wait, that we're alive. Wait, how did that happen? Are we just bad at math?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, okay. I guess we're just bad at math, Hirsch. We thought that's it. That's not it.
So
That's not it, Hirsch.
how many 6-cost spells have we played this game? One?
A lot.
No, we've played at least
Well,
two.
at least two. We played the form up, and on turn 3 we played the J spell. What's the J spell? Shock blast. So exactly 2.
So this Albus isn't really providing a ton for us.
Albus is definitely not winning. Now Total does have a button here that says I lose the game. You know, just Mystic Shot their own face. But probably not gonna go for it, right? Probably gonna decide against it. Okay, we can go wide. Damn, this 1 HP is really tricky. Yeah, we'll probably decide to go for acceleration gate here, right? Now, I did say no lifesteal in this deck unless Jace comes down and double acceleration gate. Okay, let's see it. 1 random keyword and 2 random keywords. Oh, lifesteal.
Lifesteal and quick attack, that actually will do. Actually, no, it won't do it. It won't do it.
No, it will.
No, because we have
single combat on the other side.
No, this is true. This is true. You are correct, Ace.
Now, would you look at that? Lux Jace blatantly cheating in front of our eyes.
How could they?
And I even said at the beginning, there is no way for them to heal unless Jace comes down and just randomly rolls lifesteal. Okay, we see the whirling death, but on the other side, single combat here, kind of backbreaking. Kills for 8. 8 is a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we see the single combat. Oh, we decided to single combat the other unit so we can still trade both units. I like this idea. Really nice utilization of all the resources that we had on the board. And immediately just Mystic Shot the unit. Now we are really hoping for some big unit on mechanical sides to have any chance here. And that's not it. That is not it. You know what I really want, Hirsch?
What?
I want to see another acceleration gate.
You want to see another one, G?
Yeah.
Ace?
Yeah. If we can trade down this Jace. So what I want to see is this Jace getting traded down. And then we play another Jace. Will that Jace grant us a new acceleration gate? Is
No.
that not how that works?
I don't think so. Oh, wow. That's a big epic scrap traption. And we're getting 2 13-13s. So I think it's safe to say that's game 1 going to total.
Oh, it's when I level up. Fucking boring. Oh, well. Well, the division is paying.
What
That was close.
a complete turnaround, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah?
Total took the risk, dropped down to 2 HP, said you don't have fervor, and was able to flip the game around. That's crazy.
On the back on that wild pool of lifesteal from acceleration gate, right? So a really nice usage. I mean, you know what they say, luck rewards the bold, and Total was definitely bold there. That took some courage to go down to 2 HP there. And in the end, it was just rewarded with some nice RNG, and that's kind of all it takes.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, kind of is crazy.
Yeah, moving on to the next match now, we have Action Siver versus Fizz Yumi.
Finally get to see that Fizz Yumi in action. As we said, Fizz Yumi really needs one of those enablers, one of those Yumis or Bone Clubs, and we already have one of those in hand. We have Bone Club with two nice little targets. We have the Pautiporo and we have Skip. So Total definitely has the options to go for either one of those here. Probably will go for the Skip, right? Saves up a nice little bit of spell mana there. Now the Skip will give us some info on Mechanical side for Total, of course. And there is quite a lot of info to be gained. There is Concerted Strike and Deny, Rite of Negation, right? So there it is, one Rite of Negation and Petricide Broadwing. Probably pull the Petricide Broadwing, because that's a challenger that would remove the Skip. And take a huge note on that Rite of Negation that Total can now see that it is in Mechanical's hand. Ooh. Mechanical pulling out the Explorer unit, which allows them to pick Destroy a Weapon Explorer spell, right? Which is huge against this Bone Club. That's, for now, the only win con that Total has in their arsenal of weapons.
Yeah.
Now we can save the Skip here. That would mean we have not enough mana to play Bone Club next turn, but we can save the Skip. Yeah. Skip skips this turn, does not die. We can keep developing units. Pythos. Pythos is nice. Removes the action right there. Who decides to swing and kill it by attacking it instead? I don't hate it. Keeps Pythos in the back of Total's hand. It can get some value later in the game. In the meantime, get a nice little trade here. Keeps deals 1 damage. Insignificant now, but we saw how much 1 or 2 points of HP means, so anything can help.
Methodical opting to play Vagabond just to discount this landmark even further, but it's going to get destroyed by the card that we got from Explorer or Scholarly Pioneer.
Bounty Portal comes down.
Are we gonna throw Bone Club on Bounty Portal? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, the second Bone Club is actually way more important than the first one, because as we saw Total destroying the landmark with the Explorer spell, we also gonna see Mechanical destroy one of the Bone Clubs with their own Explorer spell, right? So that second Bone Club is really important for Total here. Also, we can use Fury of the North here on the Skip. No, just decides to go for it. Fuck it. Skip dies. And Mechanical gets their Broadwing back. We slam the Pautiporo, and as we previously mentioned, Hirsch, we see the Explorer getting the Destroy a Equipment spell. Destroys the equipment. There goes the first Bone Club, but luckily we drew a second one. Well, technically the second one got played and got destroyed, so we still have the first one. So we should see the first one getting played right here, just get that Pautiporo back to 6/6. Start as winging. Oh, and Conco logo. A little bit of oncologist action there. We can fish for some cards that can be helpful. Maybe some more Three Sisters. Three Sisters is one of the best cards to have in the specific matchups, because it can be used as buffs. It can be used as Flash Freeze. It can be used as Entomb. So really nice little bit of options there, if we can manage to pull out the second one as well.
You see, Total is, our Methodical is going to develop even further.
Ooh, the Vagabond can... Vagabond paired up with that Shaped Stone, it can be enough to take down this Poro, right? Because it's plus...
It's +2, +1.
+1, because we already played Landmark. But it's that decides not to challenge Fate, because Total has... Oh, Trollchan is kind of nice here. Trollchan is definitely the way to go here, just more protection for your Poro. The Poro is now the sole win con on Total side. Other than that, we are just trying to survive. The second Concologist off the top. Brittle Steel is good. Oils of the War, not the best probably. Pythos, it can definitely find some value. Me personally, probably going for Brittle Steel here. Yep, just nice little freeze spell there. Let's see what else Total decides to go here. He can keep developing, play the Ruthless Rider as well, and still have 2 interaction spells in hand. Decides to not do anything, of course. Decides to press OK. And let's see what Metonical, what kind of swing they decide to go for. What everything they sent out in combat decides to go for pulling the Poro on the side and actually trying to end the game in this turn. That's technically they have enough, but the amount of interaction in Total's hand, this is not going to end in a game right now. Decides not to block the Sivir. That might prove a little bit dangerous here, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Now does have Brittle Steel and Troll Chant, so definitely still has a lot of protection there. But it's definitely playing with fire. I mean, I guess this is just shows how much of risk is Total as a player willing to take, right? Previously, in the previous game, we saw them going down to 2 HP, even though opponent has fervor. You know, sometimes you just have it. You just have to save. They have it. They have it. And Total is definitely that kind of player. Like he sees this this kind of situation where if they have it, if they have enough, I win, I lose. But if they don't, this is insane value I can get. So I'm definitely liking the style of play that Total is bringing today.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Now, Shapestone here provides decent amount of damage. Wait a minute. How far is Sivir from leveling?
He does level off the swing.
Of which unit hitting? Because if she levels, doesn't matter, right?
She levels out at the end of the swing.
Yeah. Oh, she would have leveled there. Yeah, she would have leveled from her own swing, right? And then grant all of them quick attack. So, yeah, I guess it didn't matter in the end. Now, there's still a lot of work to be done because this Poro isn't just going to end the game next turn, right? There's still like a lot of HP. So Total might be forced to survive another turn, which might prove a little bit difficult. But we'll see. Top deck's important here. Let's see what Total can top deck here. And we have another Ruthless Rider. Okay, that's units. Okay, so we are matched on the board. That's really important for Total here. Now, a bit of a problem here with this Concerted Strike and the Right of Negation in hand, right? So, Metonical definitely has tools to deal with this Poro. Just comes down to, can they deal with it through these 3 sisters? And I think the answer is yes, because if we count, they have all of their interaction spells. And they can just keep passing here. Like they aren't forced to do anything, right? They can just pass again. They have a decent swing where both of their units will have quick attack. Ooh, double block. I like this. Yeah, I think Metonical is slowly just, winning this, grindy kind of combat where we just see how players manage their resources. The Sivir gets good block, 3 damage, that's fine as well. If we see commitment from total side of maybe a Fury of the North or something here, we have Deny, we have Combat, we have a Concerted Strike, we have Form Up. Oof, this is just so much interactions from the side of Metonical. Ooh, Fury of the North, there we go, trying to remove that Sivir, and we know that's not gonna work. And we can see Concerted Strike here, which we probably will. Concerted Strike on that unit, and that just means that's it. Metonical gets this round because all units die. Sivir is still on the board, and Sivir just opens attacks for the win. There we go. Get to see what Sivir action does best. Once they can get on the board, get some decent units, so much interaction. Too much interaction to handle, and they just get the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
And we do see on the other side of the bracket, we did see on the other side of the matchups, we have Sleepy Panda 2-0ing Easy to win, giving Azir's Ascendant their first win of this set.
Looks like my prediction is coming along pretty decently. Ooh, double Omen Hawk opening. Okay, so I assume this is a Fizumi against Noxus Freljord, right? Ooh, decides to mulligan. Oh, well, there's that fervor. 2 games late, but there it is. Might prove in hand this turn. Another side. Fizz and Yumi. Might see Pouty Poro used here as a pretty decent blocker. Yeah, just trades even with that Saboteur. We get to play Fizz next turn, jam that Yumi, and it's simply put, Hirsch, we have a race. Can Metonical put out enough units to deal enough damage to be faster than this Fizz with a cat on him? And that's all this is coming down to. Can Metonical be faster than a fish Yordle with a cat Yordle on them?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
We will.
Yeah. We're probably gonna see the Yumi come down here. Buff up that Fizz. It can already block if we are willing to use some of our protection. But let's see. Because it is a little bit dangerous, right? It's actually just, we are just gonna die if we do that because of the axis, right? So probably not gonna go for it. Now Total is definitely considering here. The consideration is actually they don't play Yumi this turn and they just Sky Splitter the Fizz and use it as a blocker, but instead just decides to take up the 3 damage here. I mean the 6 damage here. And get their Fizz clock just faster. Oh, it's definitely gonna be a race, and so far Metonical has a few steps ahead. It's definitely a few steps ahead in the race. And all protection spells all around. We might see just Fizz attacking as a Fizz without elusive. Just swings out here with his 3 HP. And Metonical just takes it, not interested into getting into any kind of interaction battle where we just get to see who has more interaction, who has more buff spells, because Total definitely has those. But what Total doesn't have is a full board. I guess that too, but full board is definitely one of them as well. And would you look at that? That's 6 wide units. Doesn't go for it, just goes for the 5. Now this isn't lethal. But look how much HP that is.
It's basically lethal at this point.
It's 3 HP left,
And we have Fervor.
and we have a Fervor. Oh my god, the Fervor from 2 games ago showing up their face right here. And that will end the game, actually.
That is
Yeah, Mechanical just
absolutely nuts.
I mean, Mechanical still has to be careful because Entomb exists, right? From Three Sisters, I believe. The Fizz deck runs Three Sisters. I think it runs it, right? Oh, no, we went under it. Never mind. It does run Three Sisters, but now we are under the mana to have any ways of stopping this. Now, it would only be Pythos right now, so as long as Mechanical uses Noxian Fervor on the Draven, there is no way for Total to... Yep, there's absolutely no way for Total to have any ways of interacting with this Draven if it used Noxian Fervor, or actually on this 2/2 Omen Hawk as well. If we see the Fervor come down right now, the game is just over.
And we are going
Fervor.
to see it happen.
Oh, and look at that. Spitz lost against Reagan, so this was actually the decider. It was 1-1 in terms of game wins. So Mechanical actually with this win gets the win for Azir's Ascendant.
Yeah. What a crazy set of matches. This one, this whole matchup was actually kind of nuts.
I agree.
But,
I agree. We got.
But with that, why don't you give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed this match, Ace, for the people that just tuned in?
That was exactly what I was gonna do. We saw a little bit of everything, basically. We saw Lux Jace actually managing to survive those early turns against the aggressive Noxian Fervor combo. You know, it survived a little bit. It was tight. It was tight. 2 HP left, Fervor in the deck, but Jace managed to pull out with that nice RNG lifesteal pull, and Lux Jace managed to snag
and reclaim what once was mine. Those cravens backstabbed me, deceived me. Never shall I tolerate their crimes again. Now let the hunt begin. Oh, 7,000 souls scared and daunted, such a tale of woe. Not too long ago, this village was a golden scene of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order. I am the light bringer. Fellow warriors, I ask you, should my campaign come to an end, there's way more to avenge. Oh, 15 million souls living in this realm without much hope. Not too long ago, this kingdom was a golden state of hope. Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our Gloria to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power. Lead us to order.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Aegis Esports ACL, Aegis Champion League. I'm still Hirsch, that's still Ace. Ace, give us a quick 5-second recap of what we just witnessed last match.
Fizz not fizzing. Done.
Alright, good enough. So now we are on to our final match of the night, which is Maokai Saplings versus Swain's Flock. We are going to be watching Stolen Conch versus Arrows McDonald. So let us get straight into these decks, Ace, with Stolen Conch's first deck of the day, which is Kindred Thresh. Take us through this deck.
I mean, you know, when it's Conch on the on one of those. Yeah, when I've completely lost my train of thought. When Conch exists, you know there's gonna be something funny in the lineup. Basically, Conch saw that all this aggressiveness, all this combo-ish aggressiveness stuff, all this thing, not his style, you know. He just wants to be that edgy 14-year-old, and indeed he is, and I love him for it. Look at this. Kindred, Thresh, Control. And it's just amazing. I'm looking at this and it's amazing. You have Kindred and Thresh, fine, you know, champions. One Doom Beast, one Aloof, one Plaza Guardian, 2 Ledros. Based. What is there to say but based? Other than that, all the spells that are interaction. Mystic Shot, deal 2. Vile Fist, drain 1. Aftershock, deal 3. Passage Nerd, specifically tagged for those harrowings. Perfect card. Gotcha, deals 3, also costs less the moment you draw it. Box, deals 3 to all units. Summon this round. Withering Mist, drain 2 from 2 enemies. Withering Wail, heal 3, deal 1 to all units. Grasp of the Undying, drain 3 from a unit. Rocket Barrage, deal 3 to unit, and 1 to everything else. Formula, draws 2 cards. Vengeance, kills a unit. And that means all cards but one are there to control the board. Except that Formula, which is there to get us more cards. So basically, we have 28, well, technically 26, right? 26 spells to control the board. That's a lot of spells to control the board, if you ask me. So, from all of that, I can go into conclusion that Conch today is trying to control the board, Hirsch.
Yes. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Zed...
Hell yeah.
Zed Senna with only 2 units. We have Ledros and Tasty Faithfolk. I don't even know where to go with this one. I'm just gonna I vote we move on to the next deck because I don't think this needs anything.
The Wincon is the Heart of the Tree. Heart of the Tree is a very, very nice card. Now, not everybody's familiar with it, I guess. So the Heart of the Tree has, you know, as usual, 3 stories. First story, heal your Nexus 3, summon a Spriteling. So immediately some value there, some healing, Spriteling. Second story, grant allies everywhere Spirit. Nice little buff, but that's not important. The third story, manifest a card that costs 8 or more and reduce its cost by half. With that card, Conch is trying to make a comeback. Once again, there's low number of units. We have Zed Senna, they ain't the star of the shows. Tasty Faithfolk, he can survive. Commander Ledros, yeah, he's decent. The Heart of the Tree is where we are at.
Yes. Moving on to the third and final deck of the night for Conch, we have Trundle Trinamere, Feel the Rush, huge throwback, just basically playing ramp control without any real.
Where's the ramp?
We have voices.
No. A ramp is for cowards, Hirsch. Conch ain't a freaking coward. Conch does not want that free mana. He's gonna take you on and control, battle you out every turn. What is this? Cheating mana? Going ahead of your opponent and then like waiting them at 10 mana so you have more? No. Conch ain't here for that. He's gonna battle it out like a man, and that's what I like to see. Look at this. Control. Whatever you... Conch is basically saying, whatever you put on the table, I can match it. maybe even better. So no shenanigans. Ramp, come on, that ain't control. This is control. We have, again, all of those thick removal spells combined with some freezes here, some brittle steels. One buried and nice right there, you know, so a nice little bit of combination. Trundle, Tryndamere makes the field rush really good. Troll Scavenger, some early board presence. Overall, banger lineup.
Yes.
And really, really excited to see this one, even though it's gonna be long because it's control.
Yep.
I'm here for it.
And moving on to the other side of the matchup, we have Eros McDonald, Mordekaiser list, which is another Wraith Call deck similar to the one, actually very similar to the one that we saw earlier, but this one is not mono. It is splashing in Freljord with Spirits Unleashed. Moving on to the second deck, we have Janna Nyla again. Ace, take us quickly through this one, please.
Well, Janna Nyla, right? We all know what Janna Nyla loves to do. Cheating. We all know that drawing cards is just plain out cheating. And what does Nyla Janna do best? It is drawing cards indeed. Now, this is a little bit of a more aggressive version. As we can see, 9 1-drops want to get on the board early with those maybe pull shark, then the pull shark into Miriam combo, get those Wingborn Mariner out for free. Master Lookout is there as a decent 1-mana unit. Eager Dedicant can grow big. We have double Ruined Rex there to control, and just nice little aggressive Nyla Janna, which, if you ask me, I prefer it honestly more than a normal Nyla Janna. This feels like a really just more fun deck to play. Also, 2 Candlelit Prayer. Now, Candlelit Prayer is one of the most simple story landmarks that we have. Basically, first and second story is just updraft the one to draw one. Third story is just draw one. Just super simple, draws card. I love it, even though it's cheating.
Moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we have Katarina Nocturne with Mist Ray. So it's actually a Sentinel control deck, honestly.
Nah, it's Mist Ray. It's Raid color Mist Ray.
But it is time for us to move on to the caster desk, where we throw up our predictions for the night. Ace, we are all 3 voting for Swain's Flock, while the community voted for Maokai Saplings. Very interesting. Now let's throw it on into the matchup screen, because these players are itching to get in and go right away. What are we thinking for bans, Ace?
Well, you know what I say. Fuck darkness, all my homies hate darkness. Senna is gonna get removed from the table here. Nobody likes to see those darkness shenanigans. And on the other side, I believe the Mordekaiser deck is gonna get removed. Or, it's probably Janna Nyla, right? Janna Nyla just has too much man. You put me to... this is too hard. This is too hard to predict. Okay, Janna Nyla and Senna off the table. Damn.
So Trundle Tryndamere gets taken off the table, and Janna Nyla gets taken off the table.
I got one. Yeah, as we saw, Stolen Conch went hard into trying to play against those harrowing decks, right? We saw Passage Unearned in all of his lists, as well as the box. So he's actually well suited for those late game turns, right? So if he can survive against these Mist Raids decks, if he can get those in those later stages of the game, he's really going to be favored to win. So it all comes down to how well he can handle the early pressure that this decks can bring.
Yeah. So now that we're waiting for these players to jump into game, what decks are we thinking are we going to see first, Ace?
Well, Eros McDonald's definitely going to play Fearsome Mist Raids, if I'm being correct. We saw a little bit difference in the list, right? We saw a little bit, not that much control, but a little slower Mist Raids decks. On the other side, we have the Sentinels, which do need sometimes a little bit help to become stronger. But the Katarina will definitely speed that process up and maybe even come in handy with rallies this specific controlling matchups. And on the other side, with Mordekaiser, he can always come down later in the game to try to not be done with you, I guess. On the other side, Stolen Conch, both decks basically just want to do the same thing, right? Just control, 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 get to those later stages, win through some more control. So what I'm thinking is, Stolen Conch is starting with the Senna Z deck, and on the other side, we're going to be looking at Katarina Nocturne.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, I got that both correctly. There we go. Bam, bam. All right. Burgonian Sentinel. Okay, so both Sentinels on there, and a Hate Spike, and a Glimpse to, you know, get those rolling. But on the other side, Tasty Fey Folk is definitely something you want to see in the early game. That nice little 4 damage lifesteal is gonna come in handy. Other than that, oh, just removes it. Never mind. Looks like I'm not right. You don't want that in this matchup, apparently. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
We're in for a treat of what we think is right, and then what Conch thinks is right.
Honestly, if you put what I think is right and what Conch think is right, we're probably both gonna be wrong, but most of the times he's gonna be better off. So let's see how he navigates this, because Eros McDonald hand actually doesn't look that fast at all. So Stolen Conch is actually kind of chilling with this Heart of the Tree in hand, right? Now it looks kind of scarier because now double Sentinel and that missed Wraith Collar in hand. Now suddenly it looks a little scarier, but other than that, good. It's okay. Alright, we can see the box getting committed here. Try to remove the Sentinel. Oh, Capsize. Ooh, I like Capsize. Ooh, Capsize goes so hard here. It's actually insane. Because Capsize says, when you recall, right, increases the next unit you play by 2. So basically that means turn 4, you can play Wraith Collar. That costs 6.
No, it's only for that turn.
It's only for that turn. Goddamn. It's getting late, Hirsch. You know what time is it, Hirsch, for me?
It is probably 5 a.m.
It's 4 a.m.
I was close.
You're very close, yeah. But it's 4 a.m. and at this point, I should not be trusted with reading cards.
So we did see that Stolen Conch attempted to play a box. We did see that it got the Wraith Collar did get glimpsed into another Wraith Collar.
Double Wraith Collar, really nice. Also the landmark as well, so just more Wraith Collars. If it sticks on the board, of course, because we do see the Vengeance that's just ready to be... Oh, I like Vengeance here. But also you can also play the Senna and try to remove it in the slower fashion with some Darkness and some Vile Feast. Yep, there we go. Also makes all the slow speed now fast speeds. Ooh. Go for it. There was a consideration there to take the block, you know, get the mist rate out of the thing. Ooh, that's nice. Oh my god, that's a 3-mana counter to a whole 10-mana spell. Passage Unearned makes a going today. Let's see if it gets played. I also really like the animation of Passage Unearned. Just really that nice little soothing sound it makes. Alright, we can see a 3 here. Oh, nice little Darkness and then gets another Darkness back in. Or you can just play 3 of life. What will it be, Conch? No, just Darkness? Yeah, just Darkness. That works too, I guess.
Makes sense. Conch wants to kind of control this board a little bit more.
Yeah, he's actually not that afraid of the Harrowing yet, because 3-mana button for that, so he's been chilling on that part of the deck for now. Ooh, Wild Fist on the board.
The Iron Conquest come down, gonna hit that that Wraith Caller.
Gets another Wraith Caller in hand. Just Wraith Caller galore. Ooh, Vilefy. I mean, Harrowing Return is gonna get countered really well. But let's see if Conch is willing to use this Passage Unearned, because that's his only... well, there's Deny as well, so it's not his only answer, right? You can just deny this. Makes sense. Just deny it. You have a lot of mana open. The Spider Link is there as well. Yeah, we're probably going to see the second Wraith Caller here. That's a decently sized attack from Eros McDonald's as well.
And we do see on the other side of the matchup, Chica's 2-0ing Salazar. What an actual fast match that was.
Well, not everyone decided to play full-on control like Stolen Conch. So I fully expect this to be the last game of this whole match. So this is definitely going to take a while in this best of 3. Because there's 3 control decks on the side of Conch, so we are in for a long time, but also a good time, hopefully.
Yes.
We see the... what was the card name? What are we seeing right now? Hirsch, come on, help me out. What's the name of the card? There we go. Soul Harvest to activate our 2 of our Sentinels here to just have like more threats on the board. There we go. Both of them pop right now. Senna has no good blockers except that 3/3 onto the side. Let's see what it goes. Of course, the darkness on the 4/2. Let's see if we decide to block with the Senna to preserve HP. Decisions to be made, of course. Nice little block there, not bad. Decides to go down to 3, not put Senna in any kind of danger yet. And it is getting awfully close, but Stolen Conch is still in it, and this palm is definitely something that he can use. We can see 3 of life cook here. That's a really nice landmark that actually gains value the moment you play it because it heals you. So I think definitely that should come down here. And actually, honestly, I'm kind of liking Conch's chances here. Honestly, I'm really liking it so far. This is, I believe Conch is winning this, even though it looks kind of dire. Because it's only 3 HP and only Senna against a lot on the other side. But the amount of control tool that Conch still has, it's big. It's definitely big. Look at that. We are using Harrowing Return on the defensive just to summon another misrate so we can have it on the attack. So Eros McDonald's is definitely preparing for an open swing with a 5 white fearsome attack. But on the other side, we see the Passage Unearned. Ooh, but will it get? That's a tough decisions to be made here. Yeah, I believe Conch is chilling because, yeah, that's a lot of units. But that's double Withering.
Yeah, so Conch has the tools to be able to stay in this game for a little bit longer.
Nah, I think Conch is staying all the way through, man. This is... I don't think Eros McDonald's has what he needs to actually push through this, because with the double Withering Wheel, we actually kill a lot of units. Nothing from our side dies, and we only lose 2 HP. And now even heal 1 if Conch decides to go for it. I actually like this play, because it just saves more HP. You don't have to be worried about dying from just one misrate hitting you. So this is just nice. Removes the board. Now, the Tree of Life, the landmark. Next turn, it's gonna get us a high cost card that's gonna be halved in cost. It's already really decent value, and I'm waiting to see what it pulls out.
We do see a kill spell coming out to get rid of the Senna. Conch has decided that the Senna has gotten enough value for me.
Levels up as well. I expect to see the second part of the course Tree of Life. There we go. +1/+1 grants to all units. And next turn we are going to see the big part of the story. Manifest an 8+ cost card and then half its cost by half its cost, right?
Yeah.
It's just gonna be half its cost. I got there, I guess. All right, it's gonna be Manifest, so we get to see what Conch goes for here. Kingfisher, Icequake, and Mihira. Mihira is definitely one of the better costs here. Kingfisher says, when I'm summoned, draw one of each of your champions. Ooh, you can get a Senna and a Trash in hand, or you can have Mihira to curse 2 units. Go score Kingfisher. 5 mana, draw your champions. That's insane value. There's Zed, there's Senna. Oh, I said Trash, but I forgot that this is a Zed deck.
Yeah.
But also that Zed is buffed because of the second part of that story landmark, so... But we're probably just gonna see Senna here. And with Senna coming down, honestly, there is no way Conch can lose this.
Are we gonna slam something? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I mean, there's just passage unearned. We rallied. Yes, that's also there. Oh my god, we're gonna see the passage unearned. Oh, it's gonna be so beautiful. Oh, I'm so ready for it, Hirsch. I'm so ready for that cool little animation of that lantern just whooshing a whole board of mist rays and stuff. I love it. Probably gonna see a Senna swing here, just to get another darkness that is fast speed. Use the Senna. And look at that, a full hand of control spells from Conch, just absolutely living his best life over here.
Yeah, Conch navigated this matchup very, very well to be able to survive for this long and still have a chance of flipping this entire game around.
Yep, and he still has the answers for basically everything here. He has Vengeance and Concussive Palm in case of bigger units coming down. He has Vile Fist, Darkness, and Grasp in case of he needs to drain anything with 2-3 HP. And he still has the Passage Unearned for the Harrowing. So he has answer for currently everything that Eros McDonald can put out on the board. Ooh, that comes down. Rally as well, so now you get another Darkness if Senna decides to swing. And which probably will, right? Both units have quick attack, so you can commit the one of the Darknesses on the board. When you swing, just get another Darkness in. Senna and Zed swing in peace, and that's a pretty decent amount of value you can get right there. So basically, Eros McDonald is forced to open attack here, or just lose a huge chunk of their board. Oh, that's good to go for Nocturne. Leveled. Now, gives everything fearsome, but everything already has fearsome, so... Yeah, funny enough, Eros McDonald will be forced to block here, because otherwise they are just dead. So decides not to go for darkness, right? Decides to go for keeping as much mana as possible to have options available, because that conch bomb might be used as well as the grasp. So maybe going for darkness is just too expensive at this point. So yeah, just go for grasp into Vile Fist, heal, remove that Nocturne, because Nocturne had the possibility to remove Zed as a fearsome blocker in case Eros summoned another unit. So just remove that off the table. Now you're up to 11 HP. You can tank a hit if needed, and you still have 3 fearsome blockers. It is looking decent for Conch. Very nice, calm, and collected so far.
Representing 19 damage on board here right now.
Then I can block as well here and still survive. We have so much ways. Actually, we might not even see Passage Unearned, because this is probably just going to be lethal on open from a Conch's side. Now all Conch needs now is just open attack. No, he plays the Z now. This is why I like Conch, man. He's gonna play the fun stuff. And look at that. He's inviting Eros McDonald to play that Harrowing just so we can look at that beautiful Passage Unearned animation, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's see it. All right, Harrowing gets committed. All Conch needs to do now is emote once he plays the Passage Unearned, and he's done everything correct. All right, there we go. So just emote right now. Just emote. Let's see the beautiful animation. There we go. And the emote. We didn't see the animation. Shame on you, Eros McDonald. Shame on you. You didn't get to see the beautiful animation. Damn.
But we do see that Conch takes game 1. Now that's left is Kindred Thresh versus the World Ace.
Yeah, it's definitely able to win. We saw what this control list that Conch has brought can do, and it can definitely beat Fearsomes comfortably. All they have to do is do it one more time. All right. We see Katarina on the board. Another side. Passage Unearned, baby. We already have the answer for that Harrowing. So, Stalin Conch needs to worry not about Harrowing, only needs to worry about surviving the early aggression. Oh, Grasp is so huge. Oh, Grasp is disgusting here. Oh, that stops so much from Myers McDonald's. Oh my god. What a top deck from Conch. Oh, disgusting. Oh my god. That's actually so much of Ares McDonald's tempo right here. I mean, that's push 3 courtesy of that Burgonian Sentinel. But Conch must be feeling good from that top deck. Can slam down Kindred. It's a little bit, risky because it can be removed pretty easily. It's only 3 HP. So probably might go for passing here, just banking the mana. But also he's just a madman. He's just a madman and I'm here for it. I'm here to watch this madness unfold. Just slams down the Kindred, invites Ares McDonald. In case you want to remove this, you need to remove it now, otherwise it's going to get value. And if Ares McDonald is out here removing units that Conch is playing, that means they aren't putting any pressure down. And Conch is fine with that. I see the head spike. Removes the Kindred. But again, if they are removing units, Conch is just chilling because that's not a lot of pressure put on the board. Oh, just second Kindred off the top. That works too, I guess. Ares McDonald decides not to go for that burst summon of misrate there to push 2 more damage in case he just swings with the Burgonian Sentinels, 3 damage face, and can't just replace another Kindred. Oh, we see the Glare getting committed here, drawing 1. Trying to find more things, finds another Glare. Guess we can use that one as well. No, decides to go for Soul Harvest. I guess that works better. But again, Ares McDonald is removing units from Conch's side. Which means they're not putting any pressure. So now Conch can just slam down this Thresh if they so desire to. But they also can just chill. And who doesn't want to chill, man? Chilling is nice and fun.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see it. Do we see the Thresh count getting put on the board? Which will probably get met with that Glare and get him down to 2 HP. Oh, no, they just do it. Ooh, Luno too. Does that mean that the other match is 1-1?
Yes, this is 1-1. This match is the deciding match.
Oh wow, so all the pressure down to these 2 players. And Conch must be feeling pretty comfortable because both units are 1 HP and he has a Withering Wail. He must be feeling good about the current state of the game. Now, there are 2 Harrowing in Ares McDonald hand, but only 1 Harrowing answer installed in Conch's hand. This might come in a little bit tricky the more we go down the line. But for now, Stolen Coach definitely must be chilling here. Now, let's see the decision making here. We want to use some of our mana, but we still want to keep a lot of it in the back. Yeah, we see this nice little Grasp dealing 3. Moving Nocturne, still keeping enough mana for Withering Wail, which probably will also get used. So there we go, Withering Wail. I mean, I'm getting so ahead of myself sometimes. But now we might see the video. No, he just decides to save it. Yeah, now he wants to use it with Thresh on the board. To be able to let Thresh see all those deaths happening. So he can level faster. And I like that idea. Aftershock. Giga Chat pass here. No, okay, swings. Man. This Conch, whatever I say, he does it completely the opposite. And he's still winning. So maybe I should just do that as well. Whatever I think is the correct play, just completely the opposite. And maybe I'll win more games.
Never trust your gut instincts.
Yeah, always go against it. Alright. We might see formula, but no, just nothing is the best, I guess. Alright, Conch now is in a little bit of a pickle, but just decides to drain some more units and heals 4, kills both mist rates here. Now, Heroes McDonald's does decide to answer that with Hate Spike. Technically, Conch could have dealt with that, but it would have cost too much, according to Conch, so decided not to go for it. He can still use Formula this turn, just gets a lot of drawing here. Second passage unearned means that he no longer needs to worry about those paired up harrowings. So basically now Conch is just waiting for their win con to come into hand. Other than that, they should be being chilling. Probably should just play this 5-mana Plaza Guardian here.
No, I do like the Aftershock here. Just to kind of choke out options here. And also discount this Plaza Guardian even further.
Yeah, looks like Conch listens to you. Apparently, you are making similar plays. Went for that Aftershock. Now the Plaza Guardian only costs 4.
And then we Mystic Shot here. Plaza Guardian costs 3. We can Mystic Shot again and get the Plaza Guardian to cost 2.
Or we can just use him at this. Oh, push 5 damage. There we go. That's our win con. In 4 turns, we win. Oh, trash.
You see the first ring come out.
You're gonna see it.
Here is your passage unearned, Ace.
Passage unearned. Look at how strong this board looks. What?
Here you go, Ace. That's what you're asking for.
I'm so happy it actually happened. Conch might be a genius. And as we said, now the real win con is this Plaza Guardian hitting Ares McDonald's over 4 attack turns to actually push the 20 damage of the Nexus, right? Okay. I was not happy with one of them. How about another one, Hirsch? Give me another passage unearned. Let's go. Let me see it. Oh, wait, whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I stopped breathing for a moment there.
I did too.
I was like, wait, let me hold my breath. What is happening? Oh my god. He scared me for a second, not gonna lie. Like I was like, what the hell is this? But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's just teasing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Conch, 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 calm down, Conch. Conch, Conch, calm down. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's playing too much with my heart. He's playing too much with my heart here. This is the mental warfare.
What is this?
Oh, look at that emote as well. Teasing the Lulu Sip. He wants Ares McDonald to use that harrowing now. He's inviting it. He is like, try me, bro. Come on, do it. I decides to go for the Raid Collar instead. For now, this poses no threat. We have so much removal in our hand. And decides to take the pass as well. Ooh. And another passage unearned.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Gigachut Conch would just pass here again. No, that's the swing. There it is, the win con. This one Plaza Guardian just attacking you over and over and over and over again. Gotta love it.
Heroes McDonald considering his options on his outs here.
Mhm.
Throws a pass out.
I mean, when in doubt. Oh, the win con. A second win con from Stolen Conch has just appeared. The Doom Beast.
So we're at 6 damage down. We need to push 4 more.
There's the Harrow returned. Summoning another mist raid.
Heroes McDonald looking to go wide this round.
Nocturne as well. There's a raid collar on the on its way as well. Immediate vengeance. Oh, this might come in tricky, but with Doombeast and Double Mystic, I feel like. Oh, decides to open instead. Open here might get. Will probably be met with that one Mystic. Just off it. Interesting line of play.
Ever just double Mystic here just to protect the Closet Guardian?
I don't hate the idea, but you can also just Doom Beast and then. Okay, I guess. Yeah, with Doom Beast, it's actually just lethal now. So Ares McDonald will be forced to play that raid color, right? The Doom Beast. 8 damage. And raid color has to be played. Right, the swing. Ares McDonald can probably take this hit, right? Maybe try to present. It's hard to present lethal without the harrowing here. Maybe try to remove the Doom Beast. Then Vile Feast also does it because one of the attackers doesn't have Fearsome. Decides to take it. Good call, I would say. There you go, Soul Harvest. Yeah, no, Stolen Conch actually doesn't have to do anything at all. Because this is technically not lethal. Decides to Vile Feast instead. Have that a blocker, even though it's not Fearsome blocker. There's one attacker from Eros that is not a Fearsome. Okay, we see the Quietus, but again, Stolen Conch is chilling because this is not lethal, right? A third Withering Whale. Oh, can we see triple Withering Whale? That would be hilarious.
I mean, we have the mana for it.
Yeah, but that wouldn't. No, that's actually just insane. That actually saves our Plaza Guardian and removes the whole board. Oof, that's actually so funny. That's still insane play here. I just pass it. Just keep passing, Conch. It's fine. Do not play anything here. Just pass. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, now the harrowing gets committed. We see the harrowing here. No, just open swings. Okay, so we can use only one veil and be alive here, actually. Okay, we're gonna use 2 whales. Triple whale. And funny enough, that's just lethal now for the conch. Wait, that's it? Ah, well, it's not, right? Because... No, it is actually, isn't it? Because what will Harrowing summon?
I don't think Harrowing will summon anything important, so that is just the win for Stolen Conch.
Yep. Didn't I say that this Plaza Guardian is just gonna be the win con by just hitting you over 7 rounds or something? 7 attack tokens? Insane.
So, for those of the people that are just tuning in right now, Ace, give us a quick recap of this match before we send it off for tonight.
I mean, imagine tuning in right now after we've been alive for 4 hours. Shame on you all. But let's go through the motion anyways. We saw Conch bringing a special tech to beat down on this Fearsome's Allegiance decks, and he exactly did that. He faced Fearsome Allegiance, he smacked down Fearsome Allegiance. It looked maybe a little bit scary at some point, but I think he had control. He felt like he had control, and he just controlled all over them. Just a really convincing performer from Conch. And I loved it. Not much to say there. I had predicted them to win, and they didn't let me down at all.
So with that, Swain's Flock does take this set 2-1 over Maokai's Saplings. But with that, Ace, it is time for us to send it off for the night. Any final remarks before we go?
No, it's just shows, Stolen Con just showed us how much preparation does it, right? He just came in with some preparation to beat down on the deck that is most used in the meta right now, and just success all around. So keep innovating, people. Never stop innovating.
Yes. With that, as always, thank you, Ace, for casting with me this week. It's been a blast. We will see everybody next week for week 4, the final week of regular season. So we will be in for some crazy matches as well over there. So with that, I've been Hirsch. That's been Ace. This has been ACL Aegis Champion League. Stay safe, stay blessed, and as always, have a fantastic night.